evening. Welcome. It's wonderful to be on Gino's spot.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. One drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Have a Gino shot.
Gino's shot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
Have a laugh, have a giggle, and exercise your middle. Get to Gino's spot.
Gino's spot.
I'm on a 12-step chocolate diet. I'm never more than 12 steps away from chocolate. Ooh, I love chocolate, hey? I look at the packet and it says, made in a factory where nuts are handled. I don't mind what I do in their breaks, but as long as I wash their hands.
And welcome to Gino's Spot, ladies and gentlemen. Tuesday night. That's right, it's Tuesday night. Hello, Nikki Spears Mouton. Lovely to have you on too. And I see Carol Jacobs, you were in second place with the comments tonight. I see you slipping up a little bit, Carol Jacobs. Hello there, lovely horse you got there, waving away at the top of the horse. And East London. I hope you guys are doing okay up there. I've just popped up there just the other day. Very, very nice. And we've just come back from Graaff-Reinet. It was wonderful at the stoop tasting just before, of course, Cyril came and shut everything down. And we're in now, lockdown level 2, 2.5. You can have 600 people divided by 2, half of them go one side, the other one on the other side. Very complicated rules and regulations. And we just hope to keep the third wave away. Hello on this chilly evening. Giggles to warm our hearts indeed. Wendy Thompson, and also a little bit of my coffee, I believe. Very nice. Because, of course, we're selling like hotcakes at the moment. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gino's Spot. And, of course, thank you to our wonderful sponsors, Fitron Leeds, and a Spa over here. And, of course, Namibia for the internet. We hope that everything is going to go swimmingly tonight because we have Tim Sedso in the studio with us this evening, and we're going to do all sorts of fun activities. Yes, it's a fun activity evening, Tim. That's what we're going to do tonight. There he is. Look at the old bugger. There we go. Tuesday, the 1st of June. It's the 1st of June. That is not one of the special days when the seasons change. That's the end of June, isn't it? End of June? 27th or something. 27th of, what's the solstice? The winter solstice. Indeed. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, it's Tuesday night. Welcome to our show. We're going to let's start out with a little bit of song. I think we're going to do a little bit of song. That's right. Can we do that? Maybe we can do this. Love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please, love me do. Oh, love me do. Jonathan Clark, a lagger from Ganoobi, says hello, Wendy Thompson. I even had some, and I'm not a coffee drinker. Oh, very nice. Tracy Thorne is here in UK. Tracy Thorne came from VP. Love me do. Sean Beth Hitchner, I'm sure he said, Tim said so. So please, it's Tim said so, that's right. Oh, Tim said so. Someone to love, somebody new. Michelle Robinson says, hello, Gino. bam, 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 ba-dam, bam. Chicka-ba-down. Love, love me do. You know I love you. I'll always be true. So please love me too. Oh, love me too. Oh, love me too. Oh, love me too. What did Jim say? He said so. He said so. Oh, love me too. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Gino's Spot. Hello, Jose Pereira. El Deporaso in the house tonight. Very nice. Jerepigo. What is Jerepigo? Tell me. It is my name. It's my name. Lynn Williams. Hello to Lynn Williams too. Lovely to have you on tonight. Send through the comments. He said he loves me too. He loves me too. He said so. Oh yeah, he loves me too. That's right. Oh, we got Tim waiting in the wings, ready to come on. He's going to get his little gin and everything. I hope you've got your little Fitchin leads to have a go at. Yeah, no, very, very nice. We had a little bit of mix. I think we've got the grapefruit tonight, which is always one of my favorite because it makes your cheeks implode. That's right. And we've got, of course, oh, thank you to Keith for the punters. Look, Keith, it's getting a little bit low. Keith, I think we need a little bit more. That's right. It seems that we on this show we go through the gin like an express train. All right. So, ladies and gentlemen, of course, on Tuesday nights we have Darren Fuller. She has sent in a little video for us to see. Let's see what she's watching.
Hello, everyone. 'Tis I, Darren, here again, albeit digitally. So this week, my body's in a bit of shock because I went to gym for the first time again since the Earth's crust cooled, and my body was basically in rigor mortis already. So anyway, aside from that, of course, I'm here to talk to you about what I watched. So the better half has flown to Cape Town for the week, and what that always means is I get keep for weeks DVDs from the video store because I don't know, maybe it reminds me of a better time when I didn't have to pay bills and people fed me. Great times. Anyway, so this is Blood Buddy by the way, guys. He wants you to donate. Please donate. Okay, so this week what I did is I watched a series called A Discovery of Witches. Premise is this modern historian lady who attends a university. She's very smart. She gives lectures. She is also secretly a witch, and she meets a vampire. So, I mean, yes, okay, the premise is very typical of late. But it's a really, really lovely series. So essentially, vampires, witches, all things that go creep in the night have been looking for this particular book for centuries, and nobody's been able to access it. But for some mysterious reason, our main character, she can access this book, and now she understands all of these secrets about the vampire society and witches and everything. So basically from all sides they're trying to get this information from her, but she also likes the vampire, and they're not allowed to get together. It's illegal. So very lovely, very romantic. Everyone's good looking, obviously, because it's a show. I would definitely suggest you watch that. Then I also watched a movie called It Follows. So this is kind of an awkward thing to say, but the premise of the film is essentially some two people get together and have an intimate moment. And by doing so, they are actually transferring a ghost. So I know there's no easy way to say this, but essentially it's almost kind of like a ghost STD. It's the only way I can think to describe it. So basically, whenever these people have intimate time, they transfer this ghost to another person, and they have to transfer that ghost before the ghost kills them. So it was a bizarre concept, but it was quite scary. I quite enjoyed it, and the guy at the video store said it was a very good premise. So I watched that. Unfortunately, because of the Netflix relationship code, I haven't been able to watch Lucifer now because it was released on Friday, and my other half's not here. But if you can, please watch Lucifer. There are new episodes, and I'm dying to watch them, please. I'm so excited. Aside from that, I watched a new show on Amazon Prime called Panic. Very good premise. So it's this small town in America called Cop, for some reason. I assume there are a lot of fish in the town. And when these kids graduate, they have this game called the Panic Games. And essentially, throughout the school years, all the students put money towards a pot, and when they matriculate, they can enter these panic games, and the winner wins like 30 grand or however much money they've saved. But the panic games are like jumping off things into water and being buried alive, and anyway, the games are very dangerous and sometimes kids die. So it's a very good show. Our protagonist thinks the games are silly until she has all her money stolen and needs to participate to graduate. So, very good show. I just started it, but very, very enjoyable. Aside from that, guys, I just watched Last Christmas, which is so cute, so lovely. Obviously, Khaleesi from Game of Thrones, and Henry Golding, who was in Crazy Rich Asians. It's gorgeous. And Christmas, guys. You know I love Christmas. So there's beautiful Christmas things, there's Christmas songs, and a lot of George Michael. But that's to be expected. In any case, thank you guys so much. That's what I watched for this week. I watched a lot of old things as well. I started Supernatural, 15 seasons, guys. That's like a lot of commitments. I'm not sure. But anyway, guys, have a fantastic week, and I will see you again next week. Bye.
There we go, Darren Fuller. You know, always Christmassy. Christmas all year round with Darren Fuller. Stuart Potgieter, hello. Photographer extraordinaire from the Music Kitchen, I remember. And I hope everything's okay with you, Stewie. Jose, South African port. That's the way. I like that. From Portugal. You know, I've just come back from the wine tasting, and there was quite a lot of port there as well. Very nice. All the wine farmers all there, as we saw with Natty and Mark as well. It was lovely. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just going to get straight into it. We've got our guest in studio tonight, and that is Tim Sedso. So let's give it a little bit of an introduction.
Hey.
You love it, eh?
Hey, what's up, Gino?
Yes, like lekker. Good to see you, man.
Good to see you too, man.
And you know, I just said while that was going on, I just love that kind of groove. You know, it's like it's that bluesy kind of in between. It's not too hectic.
Definitely.
And it's all about the groove, you know.
Exactly.
It's all about that sitting
Nice and
there.
steady, and Christo does a really good job
Christo,
of that. Yeah.
what a legend.
Oi, Christo.
And is it Barry? I'm just moving here. Is it Barry on bass?
Yes, Barry Killian on bass.
They're
my boys.
Is that the linebackers?
Those are the linebackers, man. They play with everyone basically.
They do like that.
Everyone around PE knows Barry and Christo with
They
playing with
wore
multiple
themselves out.
other bands. Yeah, no, they're great, man. It just shows how it's a testament to how versatile they are. Yeah, they're really, really cool, and they're some of my best friends. So yeah.
I see Shane Hitchner.
Hey,
All my favourites, Tim, Barry, and Christo.
what's
indeed.
up, Sean? Nice
Yeah,
to see you.
Sean is. I just love that. There's Donnell as
Hi,
well.
Donnell.
Hello, Donnell. They are rock stars, totally. and I've been watching them playing for so many years now. And they you know, a bass player and a drummer often hook up and get together. I mean, as you know, you play a bit of drums as well.
Yeah, definitely, and a bit of bass. Yeah, so
Yeah.
so over the years,
a bit of everything.
a little bit of everything. Yeah,
Because I find the drummer and the bass player they just sit together, you know.
Definitely.
And you find your bass players that you really like playing with as well, and if the guy's got a good feel, and so that drum and bass combination is very important.
totally.
But
The backbone. Yeah.
But it needs something special in front, and there you were. eh?
I tried.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, no, I was happy to have that video, and thanks to Francois for filming that.
Where was that?
That was at 1933. If people don't know about 1933, it's a speakeasy bar, which is really cool because I've been to a few speakeasies like in sort of different parts of the world, and there's always like a very cool feel when you walk into a speakeasy bar. You just know that everything's under control.
Yeah.
It's not like a typical bar where a fight could break out or you know, just some craziness could start. It's very, very chilled and everything. And 1933, they've really nailed it, and we really enjoy playing there. I enjoy playing at a lot of venues, but that was a clip from 1933, just from about 6 weeks ago, I think. Yeah,
It's lovely, you know. You always, as a muso, and I'm sure you've come across the thing. Sometimes the practicality cancels out all your great plans because doing a speakeasy, a bar or a thing is just the best gig ever.
Yeah.
Like you think of like Blues Brothers in a cellar.
Definitely.
And that's where you just want to play there. You know,
when there's
you
an
know,
attentive audience, man,
Yes.
like when they're sitting and keeping quiet and just doing what they're supposed to do, and then it's really cool.
And if you do that in practice, then often you end up losing money. You know, that's the problem.
Don't remind me. Exactly.
It's like you've got to, as a muso, you just want to play in these beautiful venues, and you don't care how many people are actually there. But in the end, you actually need to have people there to support.
Exactly. The more the better.
Yeah, and of course now at this stage, I just saw a post from Jules from Good Luck.
Yes.
Who they, and just a plea, you know, for the industry, because the industry is really, it's really now. This is like whoa.
Yeah, it's been
wave.
extremely tough. Yeah, especially for like the original artists who only put on shows, like who only rely on playing big venues with big audiences and everything. It's been very, very difficult for them. And the thing is, I'm not exactly one of those musicians, but my bread and butter is like restaurants, and weddings and things like that. But the restaurants, as long as they're functioning, then I'm able to work. So I've been very thankful, and it's been a great time. The last little while, it's been picking up nicely. Luckily,
I have noticed that those smaller gigs have been okay. The guys have, and you know, it's just in a muso's nature to sniff out where he's going to be. He's going to be doing his thing, you know.
Definitely.
So, so for sure, I'm glad for that. I know Wayne Callis has also got a couple of gigs around town. So
definitely. We played a lot of the same venues and everything, so we were able to still have a bit of an income, which is great.
It's like it's like a bunch of a little group of musos that are playing PE at the moment. I mean, it's great.
It's like a 20 or 30 people, and they've stuck like in this group for quite a while now, and we all see each other at different places.
Who are the guys out there?
Bump into each other at a certain venue, and we're like, "Hey, how was your gig on Friday?" And this and that.
Which
yeah.
guys do you enjoy? Which I mean, I'm talking about the guys in town.
Oh man, I don't want to. Can't make me name guys and then I forget guys. But so many. Like I'll just name a few. Like I really dig James Smith, and you had him here last week.
Last week was
He's really cool. He keeps us on our toes.
Such a talented bastard.
And yeah, look, no, I can't think of a lot of people, to be honest. Like Claire Venn. Also, I've known Claire for so long, and she's been a real trooper, and she's. We've always had such nice chats when we see each other and everything.
It's about the relationships
generally,
too, I suppose.
it's like everyone. There's a lot of love. Like the thing that I hear a lot about the PE music scene is that it's not so cutthroat like it would be in other cities and whatnot around the world, especially. But we're all pretty supportive of each other, and we try not to step on each other's toes. It's not really a competition, you know, which is great. Because I know places like Cape Town, there's a lot of musicians there, but there's not enough venues.
Yes.
So then it starts getting a little bit like
competitive,
definitely.
And I think PE is definitely not like that. And I think it's also because one venue can't sustain one band playing there 5 nights a week or 6 nights a week, you know.
Yeah.
I think people want that variety, so you move around and
definitely.
And
we have to.
Like
if you're going to play in one town or one city like all the time, then you need to be going to like multiple venues. But yeah, I have a lot of venues that really look after me, so I guess I'll mention them as we go. Yeah.
And the pub story. I mean, it's you know, when I think in the 70s and the 80s, the pub scene was quite hectic for a muso. To even survive, like you know, you're in that pub the whole time. You're having drinks the whole night. You're having, do you follow some sort of regimen? Do you keep fit? Do you?
Yeah.
You know?
Okay. I won't say I keep fit. I don't even want to talk about my lack of exercise. But the thing is, and I wouldn't badmouth anybody who does it opposite to me. But I really don't drink a lot when I play. I have my first beer in my second set. So I usually play like 3 sets. So the first set I'm just drinking water. Got to pace myself.
Yes.
And then I'll have a beer in my first break, which will see me through that second set, and then another beer for the third set. And that's usually it. I usually just have 2 drinks. Sometimes people want to buy shots or tequila, and it happens. But I especially in the last few years, I've just like cut it down, and I never really had a problem with it, but that's because I can sustain it at least, and I don't ever want to be one of those musicians that just has to play really drunk. I just know I suck when I'm drunk, so and I know that because it's happened before, so I don't let myself get past a certain point, you know.
I think you realize. On Gino's spot, actually, Gary's just messaged me now that you can increase your drinks quota.
Fantastic.
You could have more than one.
Well, cheers. Loving the gin and tonic. Gin and G&T always reminds me of flying, because when, like, the last decade or so, when I've been traveling and stuff, I always just order this. I don't normally drink gin and tonic, or I do now, but before I didn't. It was only on a plane, so it always reminds me of being in an Emirates flight or something, you know, on the way to Singapore or whatnot. So it's good memories.
Traveling a lot.
A little bit, but not for the last few years, but in the last decade,
Okay, now we'll talk about that. We'll talk about this now. And I mean, you're a singer-songwriter.
Yes.
Eclectic mix of stuff there.
Yeah, I've gone through so many different, I wouldn't say phases, but like as a musician, I spent a few years on this instrument and a few years on that instrument and so on. I've tried a few different instruments and obviously like I just stick to, at the moment I really just stick to like the rhythm section instruments, which is mainly guitar, bass, drums, and a bit of keys, and then like I've always known a little bit about keys from when I first started as a musician like 20 years ago, but I started as a drummer. But after a year as a drummer, I moved on to guitar and being a front man, because I just realized that was like more my calling. But I've always loved drums. I'm always busy playing little beats on my...
No, I'm saying it's sad that you moved on from drums.
No. I didn't move on. It's just I realized that my space is sort of in front and singing and everything. And I mean, you do it well. You can be a drummer and a singer. But I wanted to write and you know, learn guitar and get better at that.
The writing it takes a lot of dedication, and I think you've got to almost, as a songwriter, you have to make decisions early on in your career, and cut down on the gigging side or the show side or whatever other stuff you're going and dedicate that time to writing.
Yeah, definitely. you can end up burning yourself out when you're playing a lot of gigs and a lot of shows, and if you're doing, say, like a lot of covers and whatnot, you find yourself like, you know, falling behind with the creativity, and when music starts becoming a little bit more like a job, then it's hard to be creative. But you've got to just try and find a good balance. Musician has to work no matter what, we've got to do a little bit of everything.
It is hard to be creative under pressure like that.
Yeah, definitely. And I think most artists and creatives will say that, like, they have their own way of getting creative. It comes at a certain time for them. Some people, it's really late at night, like myself. Just before you want to go to bed, then something happens and you're like, oh, I've got to go and quickly just get this down. I need to write this down. I need to work it out.
Yeah.
So it's saved,
Yeah.
you know, even just like a little voice note to yourself, just a little voice recorder. Quickly do that, even with other ideas, not just music, like sort of comedy ideas and that sort of thing. But it always comes at the most random time. So you just got to know how to like nurture it when it happens. Yeah.
And so where did it start? I mean, where were you at school? Where did you?
Yeah, I went to Victoria Park High School, and yeah, I started literally at the beginning of high school. So in grade 8, standard 6 for you guys. Jokes, jokes. But you can punch me after this. No. It changed while I was at school, so
I
it's
was
all
88,
good.
around
Yeah.
88 matric.
Oh, for reals? Okay. For me, it was 2005, but I started playing. Started playing in 2001, yes, drums, and it was because of a couple of reasons. But I saw a friend of mine, or he wasn't my friend then, he was in my church. He was the drummer at the church that I went to.
Yes.
A guy called Kurt Hardeman. Anyone knows Kurt Hardeman? He's a
Tag
fantastic
him.
drummer.
Tag
And he was just starting out. He was like also in like grade 11 or something, and he'd only been playing for a year or so. And he showed me how to play a beat, and I really enjoyed it. Yeah, and then I started playing a bit at church, and also at the same sort of time, we were going to go watch bands like the Finkelsteins and BGF, and Eminent Child made an appearance at VP, which we'll get to in a moment.
Yes.
But seeing those bands and just seeing how cool it was, I was like, I want to do this. And so yes, I played drums for about a year and a half before I got a guitar and started moving on to guitar. But yeah, let's talk about when you came to VP. You spoke about this with James last week, but it was so rad because I think I'd been playing drums for just like a few months, and VP was so cool at that time. I don't think they do this anymore, but like they just decide we're going to have a band come and play on a Friday or whatever day of the week it was. It's just like we're going to call an assembly, but the kids are going to sit there and a band's going to play. A rock band's going to play. Like, I don't even think kids these days, they're just on their phones. I don't think they realize like how amazing this was for us, because we weren't, we had cell phones, but it was like the very basic, like the Nokia 3310 and whatnot. We're not all sitting there watching YouTube videos and stuff. YouTube wasn't even around yet.
SMS was just
it was like SMS if you have enough SMSs for that day, you know. Anyways, you guys rocked up, Eminent Child, you guys rocked up, and I was sitting right there like a few rows away from the front, but like a little kid with cross-legged sitting watching this. And I remember I was just staring at you because you're the drummer, and I know a little bit now, and I'm trying to learn. And I looked at you, and I don't know if I was playing like a beat on my leg or something. I was just, we had this quick connection. You looked at me and you pointed like this, like with a drumstick, like this. And then I'm like, he's pointing at me, and I looked at my friends. I'm like, oh man, he's pointing at me. Like, how cool am I? You know? It was so rad, and that's basically the first time I ever like saw you and you saw me.
Cool.
And I think we chatted very briefly after that. I told you,
I'm a little drummer. I'm learning to play the drums.
Go for it, boy.
Yes, can you give me some lessons?
you know. But yeah, so like it's moments like that that really inspired me. So thank you.
It's a pleasure. But
Definitely, man. You guys made it look
I'm
so
saying
cool.
from my side, I used to do that when I saw somebody playing or air drumming or something, and I knew you just know those are the drummers, you know. So I always used to point them out. And then the other thing that I used to do was I used to actually play what, like if you were going, you're doing
try
a
copy
double,
them, and then they're like,
and
oh.
I would play what they're playing, and then they'd like go like this, and then I'd do a full, and
Right.
or they'd go like cymbal, even if it's the wrong place.
Yeah, definitely. And then the band's turning around. Gino, what are you
What
doing,
the hell
man?
are you doing?
That's so cool, man. That is so cool.
So I used to copy the air drummers.
Yes, that's great. Yeah, but you can always tell, hey, you can see how someone's vibing along.
They love it, eh? You know that. And it happened to me as well as a young drummer, seeing another drummer. It was Charles Robertson, Vaughan Robertson. He's normally online as well. Vaughan's brother. was playing in a show at Clarendon Park here, and
Okay.
and he showed me just a straight beat, and I just thought, oh my soul,
Yeah.
like how do they do that?
Definitely, just to get that
Like,
coordination. How
yeah.
do you do that? Oh,
but it
man.
sounded so thick and
Yeah.
and big, and the bass drum he had a tight little bass drum. It was beautiful, like that. That's
Yeah.
when you first hear the sound of a snare drum,
Definitely.
like a proper snare drum, as opposed to your rubbish-
BK, like
yeah.
Because in our church we had a BK drum kit, and it didn't matter how good we thought we were. It always sounded bad. It just sounded so terrible. But then this one Sunday after the service, like Rob Barron Gomez from the
Gomez.
Finkelsteins,
Yes.
the first drummer from the Finkelsteins,
Rob.
he arrived for
With a
some
crash
reason.
helmet.
I don't know if he came to the service or something, but then he sat behind the kit after the service, and we were all the musicians in the worship team were like, yo guys, Gomez is here, he's gonna play some drums, and he made that shitty drum kit sound so amazing, like, and we all just looked at each other, we were like, okay, it doesn't matter what type of drum kit it is, we suck, and he knows what he's doing. And tone comes from the player, not from the instrument.
It
Oh
can.
man, but it's all good.
funny.
Hopefully now
Rob-
we can sound decent.
Rob is so cool, and I know if somebody knows him, please take him, because I know he was doing some amazing stuff with Brad Peens as well at one stage, and he's working with a whole lot of. He was doing like DJ thing as well, and working with that different sounds. Two talented people sitting next to each other. Thank you.
Thank you, Sean. No, there
Thank you,
definitely
Sean.
will be some
Yes.
accents and stuff. Don't you worry.
Yeah. Oh, well, and so
Hey,
how's
Wendy.
your doggy? It's just
Oh, my little doggo, Cash. He's so cool. His name's
Cash.
Cashmere.
Oh.
Like the Zeppelin song, exactly. So Cash with a K.
Lovely.
Yeah, I love him to bits, man. Yeah, I've had him for like basically just over a year and a half now. He kept me company during lockdown, man. I was glad that I wasn't locked up with a bunch of people, because it's way better to just have a dog,
The animal.
Yeah, he was so amazing. He is amazing. I love him to bits. Thank you for asking.
Animal lover.
Yes, definitely. And
Cats and
like,
dogs.
yes, I wouldn't say I would get a cat, to be honest, but I don't mind them. I am slightly allergic, like just in the way if I stroke a cat and then I touch my face, then my face will get itchy and maybe go a bit red. Yeah, but it doesn't really do the
it's not the
sinus
thing.
thing. It's just
Oh,
like
that's fine.
skin. It makes me a bit itchy or whatever. I don't know. Certain types of cats, but I do like cats. But I do like all animals. I definitely am an animal lover, and after being in Australia for a while, I've got more of a respect for like insects and, and spiders and stuff.
Serious?
I don't really want to just touch them, but I'm not as afraid of them as I was before I went there, because you walk everywhere and there's spiders. Like, you got to get used to it. You're living with them,
Michelle says, Cash is listen to your voice
Yeah,
right now.
definitely. Oh, you good boy. Where did you catch me? You good boy. that's my dog voice. Everyone's got their own way of talking to their pets.
I know.
Oh, you good boy. It's like my voice can't really do that, but it somehow does. I don't know. No, I love him so much. He's at my folks now. They're looking after him.
Classic. I see Yvonne's online as well. Hello, Yvonne.
Hey, Yvonne. Oh, she's such an amazing soul. Hey.
It's that mother.
I love you, Yvonne.
That marketing mother that we all wish we had.
Definitely, yeah.
But
yeah, before I forget, I want to quickly just say a huge thanks to my parents, my mom Michelle and my father Alan. They've been so supportive of me and my music and everything I do for like the last 20 years. And they've never told me maybe you should do something else. They've never ever made me feel guilty about what I do. I know there are some musicians that have a hard time with their folks and everything, and I've had the opposite. My parents have been so supportive. So Mom and Dad, thank you so much for everything. Thank you for making me. I love you so
Yvonne
much.
loves you too. We love you too, Yvonne.
Love you, Yvonne.
Look at her picture. Yvonne, you've got a lovely beard.
That's it. And you're a little bit taller in that picture than you are in real life.
I bet
Pretty
you
tall,
got
but you look taller in that
Deeper
picture.
voice as well.
Yeah.
What's it? You're
so delicious it almost
identifying as a mother at the moment, clearly.
She identifies as a 22-year-old male with a beard.
But your mom's always there. My mom was the same.
It's amazing.
Especially if you've got a mom that enjoys the arts or is involved in the arts as well.
Yeah.
They're like, you're in. You're
Definitely, yeah. My mom is also a bit of an artist. She sort of on the side, and I really hope she can carry on with it.
Yeah.
Until she gets something out there and everything, and I'll do everything in my power to help her put her art out there, but she's into like abstract arts and everything. She's always been an appreciator of art, and she went to an art school and everything when she was younger.
Okay.
But
in PE
once
as well?
again, no, in Joburg. I can't remember the name of the school.
Oh, she'll put it up there.
She'll put it up there, yeah.
I'm sure.
She says pleasure. Hope so.
Thanks. It's like, and your mom's always your biggest fan as well.
Yes, definitely. Yeah, but my whole family basically. My brother, he's been overseas a lot. He's currently in Cambodia teaching there, but he was also in Thailand for 6 years, and I've got to go visit him a couple of times there. Actually, 3 times. And he lived in London also, but. My brother's also been super supportive of everything I do. My brother's also a really funny guy, man. He's just not. He's not like as extroverted as I, but he's really got crazy humor. He's also very cool with accents and everything. He thinks like a comedian. So I think he'll be my ghostwriter down the line. Yeah, definitely. But shout out to you, Chris, all the way in Cambodia.
Younger or older?
He's older. Yeah, he's like 5 years older.
Older brother.
Yeah.
No, I've got a younger brother who's actually the funny one in the family as well.
Oh yeah.
But also more reserved.
Okay.
Wow.
But there's you find a way to get their jokes out and stuff. If you're telling his jokes and you take all the credit for it. He's sitting there going, I came up with that joke.
That's a younger brother trait.
Definitely.
I'm the older brother, so I can't say that. Joburg School of Art. There we go. Joburg School of Art Ballet.
That's it. Awesome.
It's like when it was in the 70s. Fame, I want to live forever.
Moraine, how's it going?
Moraine. Lovely. Frankie and the Misfits, of course. You've been busy with them as well.
Yeah, definitely. And we've got a lot of cool shows coming up with the little coastal tour that we're doing. Well, I don't know if it's called the coastal tour, but yeah, a lot of the places are on the coast. But yeah, we've got quite a lot of shows coming up over the next few months.
It's called the coastal tour now.
Yeah, definitely.
Frankie's in there.
Yeah, I'm sorry if I got it wrong, Francho, but yeah, it's like the Misfits tour that we're doing. We're playing like a bunch of places like Knysna, Port Alfred, and we're playing the Elephant Walk this coming Saturday night. So people get your tickets for the Elephant Walk here in Port Elizabeth or sort of Chelsea area, Cow's Corner.
Okay.
And it will be really, really awesome. It's an 8-piece jazz band with an amazing frontman called Francois Teron Malan.
Yes, Francois. We've got a little video. We've got a little video here of Francois and the boys. Yeah.
Hey Timmy, hi Gino. Sorry I couldn't tune in live. I have to work this evening. Such is life. Someone has to pay for this upcoming tour.
Exactly.
In all seriousness though, Timmy, I just want to say thank you for your friendship. Thank you for being a bandmate. Thank you for everything, for standing by me through thick and thin, and for all your valuable advice and all the jokes and accents and funny commentary along the way. I hope you have a good time there with Gino, and I'll see you on Saturday morning.
Oh man,
What a
Frankie, thank you so much, man. I love you too, and thank you for everything you've done for me, man. So yeah, Francois is such an amazing soul. He's always putting other people first, man, he really looks after us as a band. It's so cool when we have rehearsals. There's always beer, there's always pizza, everything you could ever
make
want.
it good.
And he just really looks after us, and we have such a great time performing, man. It's awesome to be part of a nice 8-piece jazz band.
8-piece, I mean, it's huge. And you must understand that this is a labor of love for Frankie and for Francois. I mean, he's not making money out of this thing. He is loving it.
Yeah.
And he's giving it to allowing you to share it, and people to share it. It's exactly what we were talking about earlier, with this smaller venues and huge band, and there's no ways you're going to make money, but you're going to have fun.
Definitely, and everyone always walks out there having such a great time. We see all the messages the next day. He sends it to our WhatsApp group, just all the feedback, and so many people love the show. So if you haven't caught a Frankie and the Misfits show, be sure to come and check us out on one of our tour dates, wherever you are. But please come check it out.
I see Moraine saying she saw the first show of the tour. So do not miss it.
Yes, that was last week at the tap room. Last week Wednesday at the tap room next to Bridge Street Brewery. That was really cool. Yeah, we were like surrounded by people. So we were like set up, you know, the tap room. So we were like, if you walk into the tap room, the stage was there, and then there was outside, and then the rest of the inside. And like I'd be playing, and there was like people over here, and there's people over there. But it was really cool. We had such a great time there. And Maureen is such a supporter, and she's very behind the scenes, and she does a lot. So thank you, Maureen.
South African jazz needs more showcasing. I think you're right. All music in general. You know, live music. There are a lot of festivals, quite a few festivals for the DJs. And I don't know what you feel about the DJ story at the moment. I mean, these guys are now producers, you know. They're actually doing amazing stuff.
Yeah.
The DJ thing has changed over the years.
Yeah, instead of just being a disc jockey, like, no offense, but yes, I do feel it's very important for a DJ to also be producing. Like, otherwise, you can't really call yourself a creative, and you can't really be in the musician circles if you're not doing anything musical other than just like picking songs to line up.
Well, I think
some people make a living like that, but I don't think you can call yourself a musician if you
not a muso, but certainly I think they would have to read the crowd. You know, that's the important part about a DJ. And I suppose there's that thing. I mean, I know we had the guys, the DJs on a little while ago, old school DJs, you know, and they read a crowd. They can do a wedding, and they can do it can get people going on the dance floor if they're good DJs.
Yeah.
But the production part is another thing. It's pretty much like it's almost like an instrument that they use. You know, that they've got this internet of sounds that they can use.
Definitely.
And they've got to know how to put it together.
Yeah, and then they collaborate with, say, like a certain vocalist or something, and then they find the right kind of sounds to work with that particular vocalist. Yeah, but it's really definitely like it's commendable when they do it properly like that. Yeah.
And you record yourself as well?
Yes, I do. If you want to speak about Royalingo now, we can.
Yeah,
I don't know what
tell
the
me,
plan is,
Royalingo, album that you record.
Yeah, so for all these years, like, because I've been a musician for 20 years, and I said, like, I've played different instruments and whatnot, so I've gotten an understanding of how to write and think about the other instruments while I'm writing. But now this album from my project Royalingo, the album's called Destination Sky. Most of the music, like say 70% of it was the ideas came from keyboard, which I got like 2 years ago. I got a keyboard, and it just started inspiring all of these new ideas, because instead of sitting there on a guitar and playing the same old ideas and going, oh, why can't I think of anything new? I needed another instrument to actually get creative on. Yes. And lots of late nights, just like hours and hours of coming up with cool ideas and stuff, and I finally put it together. But in the little biography for advertising this whole thing, I know it was said that I recorded the album wrote and recorded it and everything during lockdown. That's not completely true. I finished it during lockdown, but I'd been working on it for about a year before lockdown.
Wow.
So
spreading lies, Gary.
No, not at all. I just want everyone to know that it wasn't.
Gary was
not at all. No,
misleading people.
You bloody guy!
No, not at all. It's just like I don't want people to think that it was just like something that I whipped up quickly. It had been building for a long time, and I'd been reworking songs until I got them right. But I used lockdown to say, okay, let's just finish this now. Let's actually, you've got all the time in the world. Get the songs finalized and put them in order how you want. So it's like a concept album. It actually flows, the tracks sort of flow into each other as much as I could make them. And it follows a theme of traveling and being on the journey that is life. Okay. So there's certain songs about certain places I've traveled to and certain scenes that I have in my head. But yeah, so Royalingo, everyone can go check that out on all social media and stuff. And the album Destination Sky is a 12-track, 40-minute long album that will take you on a journey, and it's on all platforms, everywhere.
That's amazing.
Apple Music, Spotify, everything.
Let's have a look at the first song.
Yeah.
Aeroplane.
Destination Sky.
Destination Sky, okay.
This was edited by Francois Malan, actually.
Oh, lovely. Clever lad. Love that.
taxi, bus, or train to work where we would sit and play. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. Together it's the greatest time. Forever isn't long enough. Destination sky. Midnight parties in the water, we were on a high. Invitation, special treatment, destination sky. Show me yours, I'll show you mine. Together it's the greatest time. Forever isn't long enough. Destination sky.
That's lovely.
Yeah, thank you. Francois Milan actually
Yeah.
he edited that video, and we filmed some of those scenes and everything there in Lovemore Heights on the
Excellent.
reservoir there.
You've got such a lot of boats you had
Yeah,
there. I think,
definitely.
all your friends.
All
in
of my
in
friends,
the North End Lake.
it cost me so many millions of dollars, to get that done. There's a secret
Brendan
behind
Kelly.
it. The smart people will get it.
Jocelyn Young.
Hey, Jocelyn, how's it going?
Here we go. Hello, Jocelyn.
Yes.
Nice to have you on
The
board
mother
as
of
well.
Alistair Young, who is such a talented producer and DJ. So
Oh, man.
shout out
Okay.
to Alistair. Ali, if he's watching, he's in Cape Town now.
Well, there you go. There's
Yeah,
a compliment.
Jocelyn did a good job of raising that kid.
He's a good lad.
Yeah, definitely. Amazing
Excellent.
kid.
Tag him then. Tag him. I see.
Yeah, Supertramp. Someone said
Supertramp.
something about Supertramp. No,
Yeah.
this is what Hugo Kleinhans said about it when I sent, because I've got mad respect for Hugo. He's one of
Yeah.
so yeah. When you're asking about musos that I like watching and PE,
Yes.
obviously Big Man and Bear,
Yeah.
they're right up there, and so much respect for them. And Hugo, when I sent him the album, I just so badly wanted to get his opinion. And while I was writing the album and recording it and everything, I was like, if Hugo thinks this is cool, then it's cool.
That's
you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
He's like the pedestal, not pedestal, the whatever you call it,
the benchmark.
Benchmark.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
yeah.
Thank you. And when he came back and he said something about it sounding or reminding him of Supertramp, and
Yeah.
it wasn't intentional, but yes, I can fully agree that it
Well, I
does
think
have the
Fender,
keyboard.
Fender Rhodes.
Fender Rhodes, that
Fender
whole
Rhodes.
just playing the eighth notes. Yeah.
That's beautiful. We used to have them in Pop Shop
Thank
when
you,
I used to
Carol.
work at. It's Carol Jean. One of the strumpets are in the house. Oh, thank you, baby. It's my really groovy shirt.
So groovy, aren't we?
I'm wearing a Rick and Morty shirt. How cool is this?
Yeah, very cool. I gotta say.
You know, people like when they wear like really cool name brands and stuff, they like to show it off and be like, "This shirt cost 800 rand." You know, I spent a whole 800 rand on this. This was 200 rand from Pick and Pay Clothing, man. How cool are Pick and Pay Clothing for stocking Rick and Morty? I mean, I've got a Rick and Morty tattoo, man. Like,
Oh
right
man,
there.
look at that. It's
Yeah,
under
you
your
can kind
arm.
of see it. Yeah, that's Rick and Morty coming
On
out of
the
a portal.
bicep.
Yeah, but I'm a huge fan of Rick and Morty, and like
Yeah.
when I saw this thing, I'm like, I gotta buy it.
Did your mother not moan about those tattoos?
She moaned about the first one, and then she accepted it. Yeah.
Tell
Same with my
us
pops.
about them. What you got in there? What's that?
Oh,
the TV
man.
head.
Oh, it's gonna. I guess it'll be
It's
a
a
little bit
Rubik's
difficult to
Cube
show.
guy.
So
Come
the
on.
pool balls over here on my birthday.
Yeah, hold it up. There we go.
Can do that.
The
Yeah, the
pool
pool
balls.
pool balls on my birthday.
Okay.
21st and 10th, 87.
There
And
we
then
go.
I've got a little guitar pick over there, which
I
is
see.
the year that I started playing guitar,
Oh,
2002.
2002.
Yeah, and then how lame is this? I've got my name. It says it's optimism.
Ah.
And Tim is pointing at me.
At you.
And going against the flow. that's how I
classic.
designed it.
Nice, nice.
A lot of people ask about my Rubik's Cube man.
Yes.
Which is moving forward but still figuring things out. Yeah. The palm tree is
Yes.
just like with the
Beautiful.
sun behind it. It's just supposed to make you feel good because people feel good when they see palm
Yes.
trees.
Yes.
And
It's
then
making me
there's
feel
other
good.
ones. Yeah, I don't know. That's about all I can show you for now.
No, but I mean, the colours are very vibrant.
Yeah,
Are they
definitely.
New?
Thanks.
Are they quite new?
Some of them are just like in the last few years, but like for instance, this one here is still looking good, and I think I
Beautiful.
got that in 2010. Yeah, so it's like 11 years old now,
Yeah.
and it's still quite there. I don't spend a lot of time in the sun, as you can probably
Yes.
tell.
I was wondering is it because you were so pale.
Yeah, so bloody pale. I just burn like this. I'm burning from the lights in the studio already, man. Like these are LEDs, and I'm somehow burning. No, but it depends on how much time you spend in the sun and just your general complexion. But color pops on my very
it
pale
does.
skin. It really does. Yeah.
Very nicely.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us about this. There was a Timber Bones. Timber Bones. Amazing band.
Oh, Timber Bones.
Timber Bones.
Those are my Australian buddies.
Ah, right.
Yeah, so it's quite a crazy story. In like 2014, a very good friend of mine, Johnny Fox, John Haysimon. He's also a really cool musician. Johnny Fox and the Jackrabbit Slims is his band.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He went and studied in Australia in I think maybe 2012 or something. He studied sound engineering in a place called Byron Bay, which is similar to Jeffreys Bay, but like a little bit bigger. But it gives you an idea. But a very hippie town, very like on the coast, lots of surfers and everything.
All right.
So he studied there for a year, and some of the guys that he studied with came and visited here in 2014. So they organized a trip to come and visit him here in South Africa. We're going to go on a trip to South Africa,
Safari.
mate. It's like next to nothing. Our dollars are going to go so far in South Africa. You can buy like 20 beers for $1, mate. Not really. But so they came over and we met them. The guys it was a guy called Sam and a guy called Kurt and another guy who wasn't in Timber Bones, but he was along with them. And after hanging with them for a few weeks, they were here for like 5 weeks, we really got to know each other. And then they went back to Australia, and about a month or two later, they called me up and said, Oi, Tim, I just want to let you know our bass player is leaving the band. So they've got this band that they've had for a few years there.
Yeah.
He's leaving the band because he's met a girl and he wants to move to like Melbourne or something. He wants to go to some other city, and he doesn't want to play in the band anymore. So how would you like to come and play bass in Timber Bones? And I was like, oh my goodness, okay. And I just moved back to Joburg, trying to like get my feet up there, playing with a lot of cool jazz musicians and stuff up there. But I was like, I can't pass this up. This is amazing.
Yeah.
So I essentially got like sort of headhunted by these guys because they got to know me while they were here and everything. Yeah. And then they got me over there. And yeah, I was there for like 9 months. It was absolutely incredible, man. There was some real ups and downs, but it was totally worth it, man. Like I came back as like I'd grown so much in character after getting back.
Playing a lot of bass.
Played a lot of bass, and I went busking there, which I'd never done really before. But it's a big thing in Australia to go busking, you know, and so you know, make a few dollars to buy some food so I can eat, you know. And it was really cool because we toured. They bought a bus. When I got there, they just decided we're gonna buy a bus, and they bought a second-hand bus, but I mean like an Algo bus, like a big bus,
like a 50-seater.
Yes, exactly. I think there were 52 seats in there. Jesus. And we spent like 2 or 3 months converting it into like a motorhome. So we built like rooms with bunk beds, and we had a TV on a bracket hanging down. It was so dodgy because we'd like move, like the bus would rock, and then the whole TV would go like this. We'd be like, guys, that bracket's gonna break, man. But we were like playing games and everything, and it was like a real party bus. we'd be driving through like the city centre of Melbourne or Sydney and just picking up hitchhikers and just picking up random people at bus stops saying, "Get on the bus, mate, here's a beer, take a beer, get on the bus, have a party with Timber Bones." And it was, I swear to God, I'm not even like spicing, it was so incredible, like the craziness which I would never have experienced here with my friends are pretty tame compared to these guys. And I'm generally pretty tame, but they really got me like out of my shell. And we always were hanging out with hippies, man. And I'm like one of the furthest things from a hippie, but it was so cool to just be with people like that and going to festivals and just playing really amazing shows. We grew so much as a band. But yeah, I love those guys, and I can't wait to go back to Australia and go hang out with them again and jam with them again. But
they're still really jamming.
Cool. They are not jamming as that band. So 2 of the members are in another band now, and the vocalist is solo, which I suggested to him before I left. I said, "Man, like you've always got your solo thing going." And so they're all doing great. We all keep in touch as much as we can.
Because band is always a difficult thing.
Definitely, it's so difficult, and I know you can understand that. Bands are like relationships; it's like families and stuff, and there's a lot of infighting sometimes. People get involved in things they shouldn't, and it just gets really tough. And so I don't know if I'm ever going to do the band thing like that again. It would have to be a very like organized thing.
Organized tour through.
And people get paid equally and
that
kind of thing.
That's always a thing. Like you two apparently get equal pay. And that's always a bugbear because you're dedicating your life to this
Definitely,
thing.
it's the same 4 guys the whole time, for like 35 years or something.
Crazy.
Longer than that.
Okay, so tell us about the Jersey Boys before we go on as well.
So if anything was like the biggest highlight of my career, it was Jersey Boys. So it came about when I got like a last minute audition. This is a very long story, so I'll just keep it short. But called a friend the one day. I was feeling like a little bit down. I was in Joburg. I'd been in Joburg for about a year, and I was feeling down about. I was just teaching guitar the whole time, and I wasn't getting many opportunities, like playing-wise. So I thought about actually calling the Barnyard. And the Barnyard, for people who don't know the Barnyard, I'm sure there's a lot of people who do. Center Stage, Barnyard are very, very similar. And so I called my friend up and said, "Can you get me an audition for the Barnyard Theatre?" And he's like, "Okay, I'll see what I can do." And then at that moment, he was actually at an audition for Jersey Boys to be an actor and singer in the cast. And he overheard the musical director speaking about needing a second guitarist who can also play drums. Like this was the stipulation was that the person has to be able to play drums. And so Carl Matthews, this is the guy who got me the audition. Carl Matthews, totally. Yes. So I went to primary and high school with him.
He was a center stage techie for years.
100%, like in his early days.
And he sang nicely, beautiful voice.
Yeah, totally. So this was like in 2012, beginning of 2012, and then so he overheard these guys, and I just called him. If I hadn't called him, I wouldn't have been on his mind. But he was like, he overheard them saying they need a guitarist drummer. And then he was like, "Oh wait, I know a guy called Tim. He can come and audition." And they're like, "Okay, call Tim. Tell him he must come and audition at 7 o'clock." So I'm busy teaching now, and it's like 5 o'clock, and I get a call from Carl, and he goes, "Hey Tim, I got you an audition, but it's not for the Barnyard. It's for a musical." I was like, "Oh, okay." Like I didn't expect to be part of a musical or anything. And he goes, "Okay, so it's at 7 o'clock." I was like, "When, tomorrow or Thursday?" He goes, No, tonight, 7 o'clock.
Now.
And I'm like, "No ways. I don't even have the music or anything." He goes, "No, I've got the sheet music with me. I'm going to come and fetch you, and we're going to drive to the audition together." So did that. I quickly went home, grabbed my guitar and my little amp, got the music in the car sitting there. I didn't really get a chance to play over it. I just could look at it and visualize how it should sound, how I should play it. Walked into the audition room. With the rest of the band, they were all set up, and they first asked me if I could just sit and play a couple of beats. So I played a few beats, and they're like, okay, that's great, man. It was like an American guy, American like music supervisor. He's like, "Yo, Tim, could you play a couple of beats for me?" And I was like, "Okay, cool." Played a couple of beats, and he's like, "Okay, go sit at your guitar station and play some guitar for us." Like, not really. He didn't sound like that, but I'm just trying to do an American accent. And then we played a couple of songs with the full band, and at 9 o'clock. Carl and I we had gone back home with a group of people, and at 9 o'clock I got a call saying, "You got the gig.
You're in."
And we're going to Singapore, we're going to Turkey, we're going to South Korea, we're going to Malaysia, all these places, Joburg, Cape Town. it's like the absolute highest level a musician can play at without being famous. You know what I mean? Like a famous musician plays big stadiums and whatnot, and they get paid crazy money. But for everyone else below that, it's like proper musical theater that tours internationally, you know. And it completely changed my life. I had to wait a few months before it started, and then end of 2012 we started the tour, and it was a year and a half. And we played 320 shows.
Jeez.
And staying in hotels, getting paid really well, always partying, just having a great time, man.
Was Grant Armoral in the show?
Yes, Grant Armoral. Yeah, also another VP boy. So there were 3 VP boys. We were the only ones from Eastern Cape, basically.
Wow.
The rest of the cast, crew, everybody were from the rest of South Africa. And Grant Armoral was the lead. He was the absolute lead.
Absolutely.
So we were representing, man.
Oh man! Somebody tag Terry, please.
Yeah.
Terry, his mom.
Yeah, I saw her the other day at something good actually, and she told me that he's in Australia now. He's living in Australia, which is fantastic. So I'll see him that side, I guess.
She's another one of those mothers that
just nurtured all the way
with all her kids, and of course Tracy, Grant's sister, is a crazy running triathlete.
Oh wow! Okay.
She does long runs as well. It's ultra. What do you call it? Extreme athlete, you know.
Marathons. But no, it was so incredible, and Grant was also really amazing. Such an amazing dancer and performer, and just a lovely person all around. But it was just so cool to be part of a group of like basically 50 of us that were touring, like including the crew and the management and everyone. And it was for a production company called Showtime Management. So I really felt like very lucky and fortunate to be working for such an amazing company and getting looked after so well, working with very talented people. Like everywhere we went for like drinks after a show. We'd be standing around, you know, like shooting the shit like this. Yeah, hey, get us another beer there, man. Come on, because we're speaking in this like New Jersey accent, and that's the show is like that. Lots of swearing and stuff, but all the guys could just do amazing accents and stuff, and it made me go like, okay, I'm not the only guy in the room now that can do an accent. They can all do accents very well. Professional actors, you know. It just it made me grow so much, and I really, really enjoyed it.
But tell us about this accents and things. This is a new thing that you're doing as well.
Yeah, definitely. Are we going to cross over to this now? So we're not going to play that other video from Royalingo? What do you want to do? Play it at the end. Perfect. No worries. Yeah, so
accent master. She's in awe.
Oh, thanks. When you think of
I want to just say thank you to Sean. You're very, very kind with your words. You make me get all warm and fuzzy inside. Thank you. Thank you.
No, but for real, it's like I finally took the leap, and because I've been so afraid of like people know me as a musician, and to like do something else and risk my career or risk my person like as something else now, and I finally did it, and people are really like taking to it nicely, and I'm getting a lot of good responses about it, and very happy about it. So I've started it now. I'm going to follow through with it. I'm going to do a lot. There's not just going to be the sort of videos that you will see coming up. There's going to be a lot of stuff. I want to do pranks. I want to do like prank calls and things, and be doing pranks in public. I've got this awesome thing called a pooter, which you hold in your hand. It's like a little rubber thing that you squeeze and it makes a fart sound. I don't know, it's childish, but everyone loves a good fart, you know, like no matter where you are in the world. If you're in the Middle East and you're very funny, you'll make steak. I like. It's cool, man. Like, so I want to do things all as much as I can, comedy wise. I'm gonna try and do it. You know.
It's
try and follow your footsteps, man.
I honestly think it's a natural progression.
Definitely.
You'll see as you go along.
They are so related. The way you think, you know, like they are. The headspace is very similar. Like the way you come up writing scripts and stuff is similar to like composing music. So it's called Who Said So, and it just showcases like a lot of different accents and characters and impressions and that sort of stuff. Are we going to play impressions first?
Let's do
a minute long.
Impressions.
Hope you enjoy it.
Let's have a look.
To the theme park. I went for a ride on the roller coaster, and the whole time it was like, "Aah!"
Sorry, boss. They said you were a douchebag.
Who said so?
Hey, I got a question for you. Don't sponges usually float? Ah!
Oh, SpongeBob, I think I had one too many cocktails last night. Head make bang bang.
Come down to the Krusty Krab and get your fins on some Krabby Patties.
Jax wins. Flawless victory.
What do you say we go down to the Drunken Clam for a couple of beers, guys?
Oh my god, Lois. Are you seriously going to leave the house dressed like that?
Hey, Peter, just so you know, it wasn't me looking through your window last night. Giggity, giggity. All right.
Please like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media, and then get out of here, you big goof.
Yeah, so please go to YouTube. So the idea is I really need to build subscribers on YouTube, because you can only start monetizing after 1,000 subscribers. And I've got a lot of people on Facebook that can just mosey over there to YouTube and hit subscribe, and I really want to do this for a living alongside music. But please, if you guys can follow me on all social media and stuff, it's Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube. Just look for Who Said So. It'll be the first thing that pops up.
It's a great idea, and I love the concept. You know, of course, I've always I loved accents and stuff myself as well. And
of course, you're a master.
But you know, it was like I was talking about the fact that it was a natural progression, and you know, the musician side of you can save your it can give you that a bit of what's the word, like you can relax a bit during the show, because you know you've got that to fall back on.
Definitely.
You know.
Yeah. So like you say, with doing a music show, and in between the songs, whipping out some accents.
Yes.
If it doesn't go really well, which sometimes it doesn't, you go, hey, I got a song for you guys, and you fall back on what I normally do.
Let's go.
Yeah, that's it.
And if that fails, it's shifty eyes and jazz hands.
Yeah, definitely. Totally. So I'm gonna do a slow transition, and eventually also hopefully do some like stand-up comedy and whatnot. That's super nerve-wracking, and I know you know all about that.
It's hectic, but
I'll
you got to go. You got to do it. Gotta get out and
I've
do
taken the leap, and now it's only a matter of time before I start doing a lot more of this.
Yeah, for sure. And it's, I mean, like I said, when I started as well, it was music and then some kakpraat in between, and the kakpraat just got longer and longer.
That's it, because you realize people started really enjoying that side. You're like, hey, I can make this work also. Yeah, definitely.
You can do that thing. Cool. And I mean, acting and stuff as well. Have you got into it as well, or not?
Yeah, you can ask my friends and my family and everything. I've always said that I'd love to be an actor. So I'd say that this is going to help me transition. Like, I'll maybe do some sort of skit type videos where I play like different characters and stuff. And yes, it'll be comedic and whatnot, but I wouldn't mind trying to take it a little bit more seriously, and if I can eventually get like an agent or something, try and do some auditions for small roles and things. But I watch a lot of movies and a lot of series and stuff, and I can't unthink of like the production side. I can't sit and watch a movie without thinking, how many people did it take to get that shot right, and how did this actor get into character for that scene? And it blows my mind. It's almost, I can definitely say that I love acting as much as music. So I'm just more of a musician. So I am going that way, and I think doing stand-up comedy requires acting also. If you're doing those types of, or if you're that type of comedian, you know. So
and different live from the film side.
Totally. Yeah, you
Much
do
more
lots
subtle.
of takes and everything on film, but like live, it's one take and
But also the live is a lot less subtle. The live you get away with a lot more. Live, I feel.
Yeah.
Your TV stuff has got to be really sharp and it's focused. And it's a lot more subtle than the live.
You can over exaggerate, or you can exaggerate when you're live and stuff.
When you're live, it's a lot about a bit of slapstick thrown in and a bit of thing. But whereas you can't really get away with that too much on film.
Yeah, totally. And comedy and like if someone stands in front of a camera and tries to be a comedian, it's very very difficult. Like it's crazy difficult without having an audience laughing. So that's extremely challenging. Yeah, we're just picturing people laughing.
We got the comments which is so cool.
Check there. I see my friend Oliver Heasley there. Oh, there's Cornelius. Okay, so Cornelius, what's up? Cornelius, get me some jobs for Algoa, please. Some voiceover work. We got to talk. Man. I said to you, get me some work. You say, I'll get you some jobs, and I ain't heard from you. Come on. What's up with you, guy? No, it's cool. I'm gonna definitely start doing some ads for Algoa, hopefully.
Lovely, yes.
But I saw my friend there, Oliver Heasley. He's watching from England. So I was in primary and high school with him. this guy is such a talented, or he does accents amazingly. Like does the British accents, all different types. He sends me voice notes, and oh my goodness, he's so good.
Oliver, which way is Castle? Is that south or is that north? I never know. Castle. I think Castle's north, and then
north.
Castle is south.
Castle. Yeah, Castle sounds a little more like closer to London.
Yes, it's Castle.
Castle.
But I think that's south, and then Castle. You're up there with north, then you got the Castle.
Yeah, north.
From Yorkshire. I'm from Yorkshire. I really like my Yorkshire pudding.
But I'm not very confident with the British accents. Only the obvious ones. Like
the Queen's English is very easy, you know. Just like you just become snooty nose. It's so it's very basic. And then Cockney, it's like whatever you want it to be. Is this a microphone? Is this microphone on now? I don't even know. Are you a real person? Am I imagining this? I don't really. Is that a real TV? I don't know. Is that a light? Why is it so bright in here? I don't know. I don't know why.
Yeah. Well, I think we as South Africans, we were in touch with those accents as well.
Totally. That's why I thought for him it's easy to do the other random accents from small towns because he's been living there for like 10 years.
Like Liverpool. I don't know. You know, the Liverpudlian accent is difficult, and so is the Welsh. And I can't get those.
I just know characters from like Little Britain. Those guys. Like I don't like. I want that one.
No, you're going to have to take the one that everybody likes.
No, I don't want it. I want that one. Yeah, like I don't even know exactly what accent that is, you know. But So Oliver Heasy, shout out to you, man. Him and I will hopefully like down the line we can try and do like a little collab video. Maybe we do like a podcast type thing. We will talk about some accents and we'll just like. We'll almost do like a live lesson where he'll be doing some of the British accents and stuff, and I'll try and teach him an accent that he maybe doesn't feel confident with. We'll try because he says he's not confident with certain accents, and I'm not confident with some of the British accents. So we'll help each other out, man.
It's crazy.
But he's super talented.
Because the accents are also sometimes as a live thing. I find that if I put the costume on. Yes. I can get the accent straight away. But, helps a lot, yeah. But there was one wedding. I was doing a wedding. I don't know. I've only done like I think 5 weddings in my life, and I don't know how many of them ended in divorce. So I don't know.
On the night.
But I remember doing a wedding, and I got so involved. I was doing one character, and then I was dressed as another. Dressed up for the next one, and I got so involved in the speech that I forgot which costume I was wearing, and I went straight out as an Italian, and I can't remember what I was doing. I was probably doing Afrikaans or something. It's supposed to be Italian.
But that's even more funny. Like that's magic.
But
like it's cool when things like that happen.
To try and change mid-sentence into another accent, I was like,
I have this plan. I have this plan on you know the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air song.
Yes.
So I'm not going to do it now, but I want to work on being able to do like say about 10 or 12 accents just with those lyrics.
Oh, wow.
Like start as like.
So this is a story all about how I got my life flipped, turned upside down. I'd like to take a minute, just sit right back. I'll tell you how I became a prince of a town called Belfast.
You know, like things like that. And each line I'll change to a different accent. And hopefully, I want to be able to practice it to the point where I can just do it in one go live.
Lovely.
Like a little performance. Yeah. I'll do like lay down a little beatbox and then just like do the accents over it and switch between and stuff. But yeah, that's always super entertaining. Like just like jumping between. You're old Jazzy Jeff. Yeah, things like that.
Let's have a look at your accents. You got some accents coming on, yeah.
How you going? Yeah, nah, fucking skits, mate.
Sorry, boss, but he said you were a douchebag.
Who said so?
Take a walk down to West 23rd Street. Look for Frankie. Tell him Timmy sent you. Say to him, could I get a hot dog and some coffee, you fucking douchebag? Could you do us a wee favour? Could you turn on the purple burglar alarm? That'll be great.
Would you perhaps like some champagne with your escargot?
Then I'm Danny Dyer, professional actor at your service. Stop staring, will ya?
Today, I go to doctor. I say, it hurts when I do this. So doctor say, don't do this.
Like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media, and then get the fuck out of here.
Oh, I did.
Oh man, I got a little bit of backlash about the profanity.
Oh really? Okay.
But
yes.
But like it is what it is, man. I'm so sorry if anyone got offended by the few f-bombs. But it's just sort of part of my personality. I'm not cursing anybody. It's a way to express myself. I'm sitting here as an adult, as a 33-year-old, justifying why I said fuck. You know, it's not.
Gino Spot has been known for the odd.
Yeah, it's cool, and you can tell that this whole show basically I haven't really cursed like at all, but in the videos just to do certain accents it is a bit required, you know. You can't say like, oh, get the hell out of here, as opposed to get the fuck out of here. It's like I'm not cursing anybody, but it just makes it cooler.
It's the kind of guy that speaks in that accent has got a machine gun as well.
Yeah, so definitely. I got a Tommy gun. I'm gonna blow you away with my Tommy gun. And a top hat, or not a top hat, one of those like mafia hats.
What's it, a fedora?
Yeah, fedora. Yeah.
I like it, the fedora.
Yeah, fedora.
Very nice.
Yeah, so I mean, not all of my videos will contain profanity, but some of them will. So yeah, I just feel like if there are people watching that get offended by a little bit of profanity, then it's okay, because they're not going to understand my humor. It's like a good way to like filter out the babies. You know what I mean? Like, no offense to the prudes out there, but yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
What was the first accent you actually enjoyed doing? What you got drawn to first?
Oh, I don't actually know, to be honest. It might have been like some sort of British accent maybe when I was like a kid. I've been doing accents since I was a kid, but like only started taking it more seriously in the last maybe 10 years or so. But just whipping it out at get-togethers and stuff. And
so
you should do stand-up comedy. And I'm like, oh, I should, yeah. But you know how difficult it is, man. You know how scary it is. But
it's scary.
But my most go-to one is definitely like the New York, New Jersey type of thing. Because of Jersey Boys and getting super comfortable with the dialogue. I feel very comfortable doing that. Yeah.
And
Australian.
We were talking earlier about the whole cancel culture with this you know, with accents and things. You have to be careful these days what accent you do. And, you know, over the years I realized that some of I think the point for me is when the character or the accent becomes a vehicle for people that jump and become racist or become things, you know, then you don't want to be a bus. I don't want to be that bus that people are jumping on.
But it's so unfortunate, like, because you come from a big base, and a lot of accents of other races and stuff. They're not trying to be racist. They're not trying to be bigots and be derogatory about a certain racial group. Especially if I was going to do other races, you can do some sort of stereotypical stuff, but it doesn't have to be bad. Like if you speak in a Mexican accent and you're talking about like certain types of Mexican food and stuff, like that, Mexican food's amazing. Like it's basically like a compliment, you know. So yeah, I also unfortunately in the last few years have realized that like while I'm getting into this whole accents thing, I'm going to have to also shelve all of I can do some other South African accents of different races and stuff, but now I'm not going to, like, because I don't want to be cancelled, because that's the world we live in these days.
Well, I think it's
Gary, please get this camera on if you don't mind. We live in a world right now of people who think they're so powerful that they can just cancel you. I cancel you. Yeah.
No,
it's ridiculous,
man.
Man.
I think what Rob van Vuuren had a whole section that he discussed it over Twitter, and it was interesting, you know, and it was basically the power issue. In the past, there was this apartheid thing and this thing, and so there's a power ratio there that you know, if you it depends where you are in that pool, you know.
Yes.
And so you have to be careful, and you have to just look out for it, you know. That it feels, for me, I get a gut feel as well as to what's good and what's not.
It should be up to us to decide like how far we're willing to take it. But,
exactly.
And if we do go overboard, then cancel us. Do what you need to do. But if I'm saying something in, say, like a coloured accent, and it's nothing racist, it's nothing derogatory, and like it's actually like something very random, like just like something that any other race could be saying.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
how is it offensive? You
I
know?
know.
But it's a very, very
It's a thin,
tricky thing.
It's a very fine line you walk there because of the power ratio. That power ratio,
Of course, yeah.
And but it's and I know Conrad Koch also he's got a lot of info on that stuff, which I've been checking out as well. So it's great. It's a very interesting thing.
Yeah.
Because there's on one side you don't want to be cancelled or shut down or thing, and it's ridiculous. But on the other side, you've got to be careful as well.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's a fine line.
It's
but
cool.
no,
There's plenty of white accents to do,
Yeah,
man.
I know, there's plenty.
Just Europe alone, there's so many funny accents,
Well,
so it's all good.
You know, South Africa, if it's part of you as well. I mean, one of the first accents that I was drawn to was my Italian, because my nonno and nonna were Italians. They couldn't speak English, and it's funny how I learned that the Italian accent. If you come from Italy.
Yeah.
And you learn to speak English.
Yes, sir.
Then you talk like this. Everybody speaks so beautiful, and it is like a bit of a singer-song. But then when you come to South Africa, you learn to speak Afrikaans first.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Then you speak like this. It's Italian, right?
That is so true.
I'm Italian like this.
so true, man.
It's just how they go. The Dutch accent is also the same. When the Dutch learn from English, or like their tutors, or how they learned from Dutch to English, they speak in a beautiful. I love Dutch to English. It's breathing.
Yeah.
And then the Dutch to from American. The American accent mixed with the Dutch accent.
That's exactly how I think of the Dutch.
Yeah.
When they speak English, they sound like they learned English from watching the Americans.
They learned it from yes.
I'm from Holland.
Ain't Dutch, it ain't
like,
much.
I've got a couple of friends. They're like MMA fighters, and like I grew up. I'm not a very tough guy, but like these guys are very tough guys. So like they take me out and they're like, okay, I'm going to do like some Brazilian jiu-jitsu with you now. You're going to sit on the floor and just be like just sit there. I'm going to teach you a move, okay? It's like kind of like that, like from Holland, you know. We speak like
Holland.
this. Like I watch a lot of American films like, growing up. Yeah, from Netherlands. Netherlands, yeah, Netherlands.
They talk like this. They get the whole yes.
Yeah, definitely. Bas Rutten. You sound like Bas Rutten.
Bas Rutten. Yeah, Bas Rutten.
Yeah, definitely.
And it's a bit of what are those things called? Those little syrupy things. What are those syrupy? The little waffles. Stroopwafel. A stroopwafel. You've got to have a stroopwafel.
Yeah, cheers, man. Shame, we've got a guy sitting there waiting and waiting. I'm so sorry.
Let's bring him on. Let's bring him on. Bring him on, yeah. We got a special guest, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from. Wait, let's get our earphones. We can't hear him. Stuart
Can you hear me?
Rees.
Yes, how's it going, Stewie?
How does every Zoom call start?
With you waiting like that. Yeah. Oh, can you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Everyone has to be so
No,
tolerant these
enjoying
days with all the Zoom calls, like because there are people that are late, that arrive at the meeting late, and everyone's just sitting there. You must actually get a print of your face, and you put it in front of the camera. And you go off and you go do something else, and you come back and quickly pull it out.
Oh, Stuart, tell us what's up, bro. What are you doing down there? Are you in Cape Town?
I'm in Cape Town, yes, and I'm enjoying the show. I didn't mind waiting at all.
Thank you,
to be honest, because I've I don't really go on Facebook at night. I don't know why. Like people have different time zones to go on Facebook, so. I've seen Gino's spot many times, or I've heard of it, but this is the first time I'm actually sitting down watching. I've been watching since the beginning, and I'm enjoying the conversation. Might be because
awesome.
I like them.
It's like it's like being on a trip, man. It's so cool, dude. I really enjoy doing things like these.
It's so nice to see all the pieces of your the accents and stuff all packaged in one, and the music in one, all in one place. It's like
yeah.
Oh, legit. Because you see it like in pieces all the time over the course of a year, and then to have it like condensed like that is really cool. But no, it's Cape Town's good. It's been cold.
Lekker.
Yeah, but I'm happy. No, it's very nice.
And any gigs coming back, Stuart?
At the moment I'm playing like a lot of smaller gigs, like restaurants, a lot of the wine farms out here and stuff. Pretty much at this point in time, whatever I get offered, I take. But I've recorded some new music, so hopefully I can start like playing some more showy stuff in the next couple of weeks. We'll see how it goes. But
have you used the time wisely to write some new stuff, Stuart?
I did, yes, I did.
Yeah,
I
definitely.
wrote it.
He released
I
an
wrote the
album
whole
last
EP.
year. Now he's going to release an EP in like a month or two.
Wow.
So yeah,
Yeah.
he's definitely used his time super
Doing some
wisely.
stuff.
I think Stuart has released like the most original albums and EPs that I know of. Like, it with my personal musician friends. Like, how many albums you got? You got like 4 albums and like 10 EPs or something.
I don't stop, man. I don't know, like,
No.
come on now.
It's
I
fantastic.
guess I didn't get the
man.
memo. Slow down. But it's
Yeah.
not always like it's like not always intentional, because sometimes I don't have anything planned, and then suddenly like something happens. You go, oh, 1, then 2, then 3, then the next thing you know, you got almost enough to like at least start something, and that's kind of been the process for me.
Yeah. That is it is true. I think well, obviously during this time we've had a bit of self-reflection time as well. You know.
Yeah.
Tell us how you've hooked up with Tim. Tell us your story with Tim.
No, we don't have enough time for me to tell you the whole story. But
definitely not the whole story.
But I'll just tell you where like we met, which was in Mount Pleasant, the streets of Mount Pleasant, and
the primary school.
Yeah, he was like the most naughty child in Mount Pleasant, and it was like the one child that like parents would say like maybe don't be friends with. And then I don't know how, like we both enjoyed skating, and then we started like meeting at a corner skating pretty much every day.
Yeah,
Making
after high school,
videos.
in high school, after school, we'd meet up and just grind corners, just grind.
That's it.
You know, it sounds
That's
so
it.
bad actually, but
You
yeah,
two were
grind
grinding
skateboards.
together.
Yeah, totally.
And then, can you remember like going to the bowl and seeing the Finkelsteins and the yacht
Yeah,
club?
definitely. There was one night, but I was so tired because we had been at a stay awake the night before, but I was okay. I was okay during their show and everything. But it was on the way home. We were like 13, 14 years old. On the way home, we were riding home with some friends' parents, and I couldn't even stay awake from the bottom of my street to my house. Like it's like 3 blocks. I couldn't even. I just doing this the whole time. You know, like just passing out. I couldn't even stay awake, but. I totally remember going to the bowl that day. It would have been in like 2001. I think about that show a lot, actually, man. I still remember them there. They were there with their shirts off, just like rocking out with this nice crowd of like 100 people.
Oh, man.
And then we were like, we need to be in a band.
Yes,
You remember that? That's it.
And that's it. And when did we start a band, and what was it called?
Oblique.
Oblique. That's it.
Oblique.
That was great.
Oblique,
It was in case
man.
of you play bass, you play drums, and we didn't even have the instruments when we started.
Yeah, and we had another guy called Mark Waters playing guitar and singing. He was like writing some of the music and stuff. Yeah, and then after that, we joined forces with Kurt Hardeman. We convinced Kurt Hardeman, who was like a really good drummer, we convinced him to like to play with us little plebs. Like we were like terrible musicians. And he was like pretty good. He's into like Dave Matthews Band, you know,
Okay, wow.
Carter
Yeah.
Beaufort, like he can
Holy moly,
like all that kind of
He
stuff.
was
And we
out
just
of
wanna
our
play,
league.
like punk rock, totally out of our league. And then we started a band called Cartoon Mayhem. Okay? And then there was so much fun. So we'd get home from school and we'd walk all the way to Kurt's house. Like I'd walk with a guitar and an amp all the way like 10 or 12 blocks to go and play at Kurt's house. And we had a trumpet player and everything, but we were like a ska punk band. But now, can you remember in 2003, we opened for quite a famous South African band, their first show in PE. They'd only been around for a few months, and their first show in PE, they played at the yacht club. Who was it?
Fuck off, police car.
That's it, man. It was us. We're like 15-year-olds. Stuart was like 14. And then it was the Finkelsteins and then Foko Politica.
Oh, my word.
Yes.
And it was so cool,
Good
man.
times.
Like, so many good times. We got to open for so many cool bands and everything. And we were still kids. Like, we were really like little kids, man.
Who was
Isn't
that
it
booking
inspiring?
agent? There was one booking agent that we became friends with. That booked the yacht club shows. Haley. Haley
Haley Siebers. Yeah, she was in my grade at school. She was a booking agent, but
She
she was
hooked
a
us up
girl in
with the
school.
gigs.
How crazy is
Awesome.
that? Yeah. And BGF and all those cool bands, man. It was good times. And,
BGF.
not to like take any credit, but we kind of started the whole idea of like youngsters playing in a band. Like we started like a little trend in PE because all the bands were guys that were like late high school or out of high school. like in university or whatever. But we were like the youngest guys, and we were like sort of the first band.
There's a bit of a gap between you.
Then
and
all of a sudden, all these other young bands started popping up, like guys at Pearson and guys at Alex, and but it was such a cool scene back in the very early 2000s. Yeah.
So those times of probably when you're in your late teens, you start to handle your instrument well, and well, I mean, in your early 20s as well. But you're forging your way through, and it's at exciting times when you play with these bands, you know.
Definitely. Yeah, so many cool memories.
You learn as you go, type of thing.
Yeah.
But it was
Yeah,
fun.
so-
It was very
and
good.
so
And we just didn't stop, Aiken. Why not?
What's that?
Why didn't we get a normal job, dude?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Wow, how boring
We
would
just
that be?
continued.
No,
No,
I'm
it's
glad
good.
to hear that you guys are doing collaborating early on. You know,
Yeah, definitely.
It was really a generation. You guys are that generation of bands, live musicians.
Totally.
Yeah, good times. And
And
but I
Stuart is
mean
like one of my
that's only
oldest
like the start of
friends.
our journey, and we've been friends for a long time. But like I said, we can't really.
We've been
Like
solid
Gary
friends
said,
for
we-
just
we
over
can
20
count on it
years.
for 5 minutes. So I'm like,
Yeah, to try and explain 20 years worth of friendship.
Oh man.
Yeah.
And did you start writing together as well?
Back then we were writing a little bit, sort of together. Like I would write a song and then he'd write a song, and then we'd try and join some bits together, and we like collab like that.
Yeah.
But honestly, like when we would play at church and stuff back in the day, just so everyone's clear on this. We don't go to church anymore. No offense, but yeah, we kind of left the church like in the sort of late 2000s. But it was a very important place for us to grow as people and as musicians. Like I don't have anything against the church. I'm just not
Well,
part
it
of it
gave you a
anymore.
good moral grounding.
So,
you know.
exactly, that's what I always tell people, and like learning music amongst some really cool musicians.
Yeah.
But so we played a lot like that on the worship team together and stuff, and then we kind of we didn't go our separate ways, but like I was playing in certain bands. Stuart started his bands, the Rollers, and that sort of thing in like 2009, 2010, somewhere around that. And then we would start we'd do shows together. Like if he was playing solo and I was playing solo, then I'd open up for him and he'd open up for me. Then the next time we'd do it vice versa. And even in Joburg, he would drive up to Joburg and play a few gigs, and we would like open for each other. And just have like a real good time. So we are separate, but we are both very
Supportive.
together and supportive of each other. We call each other, send each other voice notes a lot. Like today,
Long
he's listened to like 12 minutes of my voice notes today, like all together, and I've listened to about 10 minutes of his voice notes.
Oh,
No
classic
jokes, it's like
Stuart.
very accurate actually, but we're in touch all the time, and we call each other when we have if we have a little hiccup or something, we're like, oh, what do you think I should do here? And we get advice from each other, and it's just it's an amazing friendship, and I was his best man at his wedding.
Oh man.
yeah.
Which was an absolute honor.
Excellent. And you got a little one there at home, Stuart?
I do. Yes. I got
word.
he's like 1.5, just over 1.5. It's like life changing on every level.
Yeah.
Super
It's
cool.
not about you anymore, buddy.
No, not at all. No, not at all. And I'm okay with that. It's hard. It can get hard, but it's definitely worth it.
Yes.
Definitely.
Oh man, well, it's legendary. You know, Gqeberha, we're Bergies. We Bergies from the game. And once a Bergie, always a Bergie.
It's Port Elizabeth, okay,
Yeah,
and nothing else. Don't you
Once
ever
Port
say that
Elizabethan.
other word. Okay, it's a cuss word.
Still don't know how to pronounce it. Don't worry.
Yeah, no, once a PE boykie, always a PE boykie. And always supporting. I love it, Stuart. We watch you from here, and we are most proud of what you're doing.
Thank you.
We hope that you're gonna crack it huge.
Okay.
It's LA next, buddy. As soon as you finish with the nappies.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Stuart, thank you so much for coming on, dude. Really, bro. Like from bro to bro. Thank you for always being such an amazing friend, and for always just like sharing this crazy journey. Like we're both on separate paths, but at the same time together. And like, thank you so much, man.
It's
and
my
all the best
pleasure,
to
man.
you, Jean and Marcus.
And same
Before
to
you
you.
go-
And the thing is, what I noticed about, PE, is it Cabera or Cabera?
Becha. No, just say PE, bro.
Just say
Like the rest
PE.
of us. It's
Well,
not going to
the
stick
thing
with
is-
Becha.
You guys are
Becha.
super lucky in the sense that you've got such a supportive network. All the musicians seem to support each other. All the whole arts thing going there is like, I haven't found this in Cape Town.
Yeah.
But clicky down there.
Super clicky. That's the best way to describe Cape Town.
I don't know, but yeah, so you've got a good support system there. But obviously, I'll always have your back as well.
For sure. Thank you, dude.
I see Barry Killian saying, how's it?
Hey, Barry, and hey,
both
Christo.
of you.
They're saying after party at Elbow Room.
Oh,
I'll stop over there for one beer, guys. Okay, one beer.
Where's Elbow Room?
Elbow Room is at at Fig Tree Centre there. It's like a little pub
new
there.
posse there.
Yeah, it's not new. It's been there for like maybe 10 years or so.
What?
Yeah. But it's like right next to that garage. It's like
Okay.
it's a bar there called Elbow Room.
Secret jewels, yeah.
I didn't think I would be mentioning Elbow Room in this interview.
He's got FOMO now. The Elbow Room, Stuart.
I'm home alone tonight.
Oh my word! Well, best of luck. Let's leave you to the nappy changing.
I'll watch till the end, guys. Enjoy. I mean,
love
it.
So thank you so much, Stuart. Much love. I'll see you soon, dude.
Cheers, man.
Cheers, bro.
Stuart, and one of our proudest exports. Absolutely.
Definitely, man. I was telling him today, like he's definitely got to be proud of himself for everything he's achieved.
It's not an easy road that to do your own stuff, man.
Definitely, he's gone so hard with the originals, and that's how it should be. It's tough. The climate that we're in. It's easiest to make your living playing covers and everything, and I'm guilty of that. But ultimately, throughout your career, you have to at least play some original music to call yourself an artist, and he's done that, man. Like he's done that like so many times.
Good.
All the way.
Yes. Yeah. All right. We've come to the question time. Jodie Foster saying, Jodie Foster, all the way from
Jodie Foster,
States of America.
Yeah, that's it. The famous actress from Panic Room and from Silence of the Lambs.
Yes. You're looking quite different, Jodie. You've changed your hair
No,
colour.
she's a sweetheart. She's a very, very big supporter of live music in Port Elizabeth.
We love
if you've played it at the Music Kitchen, she's been there supporting.
Oh, man.
So
excellent.
Big shout out to you, Jodie.
All right, so we've got something called Getting to Know You.
Getting to know you, getting to know all about you.
Just not too keen.
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, you made your shout out.
I'm going to do that now quickly. Sorry,
Yes.
we're going to start with the questions in a moment. But Keegan Watkins, he's busy watching us
Keegan,
now.
it's my
Your
cousin.
Keegan, yeah.
My cousin.
I know you guys aren't technically related.
No,
but
not
the thing
blood,
is, you
but
look
it's like-
similar.
no,
You actually kind of look similar
He's
in
got
a
the
way.
dark Mediterranean
Definitely.
vibes going on. Yeah, no.
Keegan, one of my also very good mates. What's up, Keegan? Thanks for
Totally.
always watching, man.
Family.
Bloody legend.
Not even load shedding can stop me.
Yeah.
So it says Mark Telford all the way from Mount Pleasant, baby.
Over Mount Pleasant, hell yeah, real MPG, dude. I'm an MPG for life. Yeah.
You
that's
grew
it.
up in Mount Pleasant, absolutely.
Mount Pleasant gangster, yeah.
MPG for life.
MPG for life, bro. One day I've always thought when money is no issue, every single person who I can think of who was an MPG, I'm gonna get like t-shirts printed that just say MPG. I'm gonna drive around and drive to your house and hand it to you and say you're an MPG for
Love
life.
it.
You know?
I love it.
Why
I love
not?
it. All right, so getting to know your questions. What profession other than music would you like to try?
Acting.
Oh, yeah.
Too easy. Yeah.
It's too easy. What scale of 1 to 10? How weird are you?
Oh, 10 being the most weird.
Yes.
7.5.
Yeah. Okay. No, we're good. I'd say probably more. You know what I love? Your posters and things that you used to do as well. Always, you've got that creative side to you.
Okay, not all of that. I can't take credit for all of that. Christo Zondag did a lot of the posters. He just commented now, but
great.
Christo Zondag did quite like most of the posters.
I loved your posters.
Yeah, but thank you. Yeah, well, it's a
You
good.
had
It's a
look,
good.
you know what I mean? You had it when you first, especially when you first did your thing. You've got a Tim said so look, the said so thing, the whole thing. It was all beautiful.
Well, thank you. Yeah,
like
well,
that.
I've got to give credit to Christo.
Marketing mind there as well.
Thank you.
And thank you to Christo for that.
Yeah, you legend. He's such an amazing designer.
He's
graphic designer.
11 on the scale of 1 to 10. How weird are you?
Totally.
All right. Well, biggest challenge facing you right now?
Your biggest challenge? Meeting a really nice lady that I can end up with. I would say that.
You know any of you out there?
Oh, man,
you know, lonely ladies. What about this lady? She's been commenting the whole night. Yes.
Yeah.
How far you've come, so proud and everything. There we go.
Thank you, Sean. Yeah.
Sean, you're going to have to make a plan to go and have a drink with Tim.
Yeah.
We're setting
Setting me
you up.
up,
Gino's spot
Oh,
can
man.
set people up as well, you know. Christo, Tim said, hello, Jody. Yeah, Jody's online.
Yeah, see,
as
Jody
well.
has been supporting Stuart for a long time. So yeah, she
Yeah.
just, like I said, Music Kitchen.
She's
all this.
in there.
Yeah.
Favorite food?
Pizza. Let's just say pizza. Yeah.
Pizza. I like pizza too.
Yeah.
On superstitions?
Oh man, I've got like OCD. It's not superstitions, but OCD with like food. Like I try and save like the best mouthful for last. You know, like if you have like a Sunday roast or whatever, the last mouthful's got to be like a little bit of everything and it's got to be like the best piece of the meat and the best like veggie with some
Save
sauce.
it.
Yeah, I'm quite OCD
It's
when
the
it
Lord
comes
who
to
saved the
food.
best wine for last.
That's it, man.
I'm there with you, and I haven't actually heard anybody else say that. I'm the same.
Yeah, I think a lot of people have a slight OCD with their food, but that's
I eat
definitely-
everything with a knife and fork as well. You also do that. don't you?
Yeah. I try to. Certain types of food you can't eat with knife and fork, but I'm not a highly superstitious person.
Okay.
I do believe in like another energy maybe, but I'm not. I won't go like I'm not going to walk under that ladder or like as a black cat. I don't want to walk there.
So you're not there yet.
Yeah, not superstitious.
And phobias?
I don't really have like proper phobias, but like I would say like my biggest fear is like when I've had a very, very terrible nightmare. That's like when I'm about to go on stage, but I don't know it, and I'm busy eating KFC chicken or something really greasy, and then someone taps me and goes, "Okay, you're on now," and then I'm like, "How am I gonna play with greasy fingers?" Like all of a sudden I'm in the stadium and there's like a million people, not a million, like 1,000 people watching, and I'm like, oh my god, how am I going to play with greasy fingers? Like, it's silly stuff like that, man.
Oh, that's good.
It's
I like
silly.
it. Okay. Who would you most like to hang out with at a party if you could choose? Anybody?
Oh, man. Someone asked me this question a while back. They asked me like you could hang out with two different people, and at the time it was like Dave Grohl and Jack Black or something,
Yeah.
and you got to think about how well they would like go together.
Get
also,
on. Yes, get on.
if I could hang out like with one person at a party, I don't know. There's like multiple people, but it might end up being like an actor of sorts, but I can't pinpoint one now. But Dave Grohl is an absolute legend, absolute rock legend, and just all-round amazing guy. So I'd have to still say like Dave Grohl, even though I'm not as big a Foo Fighters fan as I used to be. But I'll always be a fan. But like, Dave Grohl is
drums
cool.
and guitar, and he plays. You know,
Yeah, definitely. He's just a lovely person.
Multi-instrumentalist. A time that you screwed up royally.
Oh wow. I can't think of anything like totally on the spot now. Oh no, I can't think of anything, man.
Okay.
It's
Well,
things
if
have happened.
If nothing
Would have
comes to
been in
mind,
a
then,
show.
then what about the happiest moment in your life?
Oh, getting Jersey Boys, eh? Like it was my life changed in 4 hours. I got called at 5 and then go and do the audition at 7, and then at 9 o'clock I got called to say you got the job. That was the most
incredible.
amazing thing. What's up, Sean Lyon?
Hey, Sean!
Yeah.
Yeah, Sean, I know. I make them. You know, I also do OCD with my samis and stuff. There must be stuff over the sides.
Yeah, and it's got to be equally spread with mayo. It's got to be equally spread. And
Perfectly
everything's
done, and you put it on layer by layer by layer.
Yeah. And like with a sandwich, I always have to eat the bottom side first. Like I say that the top of a loaf of bread tastes better than the bottom of a loaf of bread.
Yes,
I eat the bottom side of the sandwich first. Yeah,
And then
definitely.
the
I save
crust
the
is
top for last. Yeah, that's like my OCD. We're the same, bro. We're the same.
We're there. Oh, Sean Lyon and your slovenly chicken. Here we go. All right. How's your life been different than what you imagined?
Say that again. Sorry.
So how's your life been different
from what I imagined
than
it.
what you'd imagined? So what do you thought it was going to be this way, and
It's kind of so hard to say because like when you're young, you're like quite naive and you don't really know exactly what reality really is. Like when you become an adult and you have all these dreams and you just think about, if you see, like for me as a musician, as a kid, I would be like thinking of this big rock band playing in some stadium or whatever. But like the good moments aren't necessarily these big like stadium gigs. It can be just like a small little show at someone's house.
Yes.
Like something very, very different to how you pictured it. But I mean, my career has been quite a surprise most of the time. And I think that's the beauty of life and most people's careers and their lives. end up being different to how they imagine it. It's very, very rare that you can like picture something and then execute that, because it's just not how it works. But it has been quite different, and then you learn to accept things being different as you get older, and you go like, okay, that was actually an achievement. Like I'm proud of that, or whatever, or like I need to work on that, or whatever. But you change as you grow older.
Yeah. No, you do. Okay, the best thing that's happened to you this year?
Like just the fact that we can start performing again and start gigging again, and we can do a tour with Franky and The Misfits. It's just like we ended last year and started this year with like a real crappy feel, thinking like, oh, we're all in like proper lockdown and everything's just banned. Can't drink alcohol and can't do anything, and just the fact that it is slowly getting better. I know we might be going to third wave, but I don't think it's going to be as bad, and just happy to be performing again. You see the light at the end of the tunnel. It's coming out. Some normality coming back slightly.
Yes. Okay, so now we got a quick lot, 20 questions. We got the 20 questions.
You're still.
All right, this is rapid fire. All right, rapid fire. What's one vice you wish you could give up?
Cigarettes.
No. What song can you listen to on repeat?
Tame Impala, Let It Happen.
Haven't heard that one.
Yeah, Tame Impala from Australia. Tame Impala from Australia.
Oh.
Yeah.
I'm from Australia. Do you get impalas in Australia?
I think so, but maybe, I don't know. But it's an Australian band.
All right. What are the 3 things you can't live without?
My dog, like, can we say people? Like,
yes.
Yeah, well, like my family.
Yes.
And taking a shower. Can't live without taking a shower.
OCD coming through again, ladies and gentlemen. Now, what's your most adventurous thing you've ever done in your life?
Going to Australia and like living on a bus with a bunch of hippies and going to festivals and stuff and just being a hippie. Like, that's the most adventurous thing. Yeah, and like not being able to shower for like 4 days at a time sometimes, and which is very unlike me.
Yes,
so I just mentioned in the previous question, I don't know if you noticed that shower is one thing I can't live without.
Okay, I see that. It's a little bit of the OCD going on.
Yeah, totally, man.
Just take some pills for that.
Yeah.
What's your pet peeve?
People who don't wash their hands before they eat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Okay. Better watch out, people. Yeah.
Son. Gotta wash your hands.
What's heavily played on your music playlist right now?
Oh wow, this is very random, but like the Last Shadow Puppets. Do you know a band called Arctic Monkeys? Yes. Okay, so Arctic Monkeys have a side project. Alex Turner, the vocalist, has a side project called The Last Shadow Puppets. They released an album in 2016, and on Apple Music I just decided, because I really love Arctic Monkeys, let me just give The Last Shadow Puppets a listen. And their album from 2016 is so cool. And I keep forgetting to tell my friends, go check out Last Shadow Puppets. I'm listening to that a few times, and I have been listening to it a few times.
Puppets.
Yeah, they're super cool. Alex Turner is like one of the most, I have the most respect for him. Wow.
Okay.
So cool.
Good stuff. Your guilty pleasure?
Sometimes junk food. It's cool to have like a cheeseburger and chips from like Burger King or something, but not as much as I used to. But yeah, that's probably a guilty pleasure. Hey,
that is. Okay. Your favorite movie of the last 5 years?
Oh wow. Okay. Yeah. Last 5 years. It's probably safe to say I watched The Revenant the other day, like for the second time, and I just thought that was incredible. The Revenant. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I left it.
It's very hectic. It's the best. Yeah, it's the one that Leo won an Oscar for, and he got paid. I researched it. He got paid $20 million to shoot the movie, but he got paid an extra $30 million because he made a deal with all of the box office. So he took a percentage of the ticket sales. He ended up making $50 million for that movie. So not only did he win an Oscar, he got basically like 700 million rand also for one film. But it was the hardest thing he's ever done in his whole life, because he was like out in the cold and just roughing it for months.
Well, shame piece.
Yeah,
that's
but
what
Leo's the man.
Shame piece, a little bit of cold for 700 million rand.
Yeah.
Damn you, Leo.
And also in Titanic, he was like, Jack, come back. And he was like sinking in Titanic, like in the cold. Yeah, anyway.
Okay, 3 favorite TV series.
Okay. Oh, Ray Donovan is really cool. Mm-hmm. Oh man, I wish I had more time to think about these.
I thought he's like an Afrikaans artist.
No, that's Ray Donovan. No, this is Ray Donovan from Boston.
Okay.
Yeah. Man, it's not necessarily my most favorite series. Oh man, there's quite a few. Obviously, okay, Better Call Saul is also great. I've got like too many, man. I'm just gonna don't take these as my favorites, but they are in my top like 10 maybe. Yeah. And then what? Oh, like Rick and Morty. Let's just say Rick and Morty because of this and because it just opened my mind a lot. Yeah.
Okay, if you could go to any concert, past or present, what would it be? Music concert. Here we go.
Past or present?
Anyone.
Okay. Past. It would probably be okay. I've got to say my favorite jazz guitarist of all time was a guy called Jim Hall. Nobody's. I bet every single person who's watching this now has never heard the name Jim Hall. But Jim Hall was just an incredible, and unique sounding jazz guitarist compared to the rest. When he improvised, he just sounded so different. I'd probably want to have seen him live, and that's like so chilled. But if it was a band, I would probably. Who wouldn't have wanted to see the Beatles live? Oh, yeah, the Beatles, man.
That would be quite
I was listening
cool.
to them today, so yeah.
Although
Beatles.
I think you wouldn't hear much of them because of the screaming.
For
me,
I would want to be like close up front, I guess.
Woodstock
69.
Woodstock.
Okay.
I'd say that.
Oh, when you say concert, you mean like it could include
no.
many bands?
No, it's fine. It could be anything.
Yeah.
But I say like Jim's Hall.
Yeah, but if it was Woodstock, I'd want to have like my own cool trailer with all the comforts.
Oh,
I don't want to be roughing it again with all of those
That would probably be a
people
combi.
in the mud and everything. Yeah, combi's cool, but as long as you can take a shower. I'm not obsessed with
Bro,
showers
you
all
wouldn't
the
get a
time.
shower there, bro.
Nope, for like 3 days.
4 days, 5 days because of the traffic.
Yeah, but I guess all the drugs would make you forget about needing to take a shower.
Probably.
You wouldn't even be able to smell your own stink. 'cause
Yeah.
It's on you. Yeah.
Exactly. Leilani Sovereign. There we go, Leilani.
Hey Leilani, how's it going? Oh man, she's super cool.
She can speak.
I've done so many gigs where Leilani is like pulled in as a vocalist. She's so cool.
I love you,
Jazz
Leilani.
gigs and everything. What's up, Leilani?
Greg Van Staden says Jim Hall.
Okay, does Greg Van Staden know Jim Hall? It's JRM actually. So
Jim
you
Hall.
failed, bro. But thanks for trying anyway. Yeah, check out Jim
Woodstock,
Hall.
dude.
Woodstock,
Glenn
totally.
Fuller. I'm with you, baby.
Oh, Glenn, what's up, man?
Glenn, that's a VP nightmare. VP, that's he's ex VP as well.
Awesome, yeah, Victorians for life.
Yeah,
eh?
it is. If you had to shoot a love scene with one male actor.
Oh, one male actor.
Yes,
Oh,
a
man.
male actor. Yes, who would it be?
Oh man,
This is Gary's question.
This is quite cool. Look, I'm not actually like uncomfortable. I'm not at all uncomfortable with my sexuality. Like I've done all the online gay tests, and I'm 100% not gay.
Okay.
Not that it's a problem to be
Online
gay,
gay
but
tests.
all those online gay tests, and I'm like, I'm 10% gay. Like everyone should be slightly gay, but like no, it turns out that I'm 100% not gay. But I'm very, very comfortable with saying that like a guy is good looking. Like I've got no problem with that.
So who would you make love to?
But a scene. It's an acting scene, so it's not a real love.
Yeah.
But probably like someone like Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Reynolds is like a very, very
like that guy.
yeah, he's a very handsome gentleman.
You know, I battle with names. But
Ryan Reynolds.
It's Ant-Man.
No. That's
all those little
that's Paul Rudd.
tentacles and stuff.
Ryan Reynolds is. Someone comment. What's the famous
Ryan Reynolds movie?
He's a superhero. It's really funny. He's got his like cool like sword things. Someone put it on there. Anyway, Ryan Reynolds. Everyone knows Ryan Reynolds.
So sword
usually.
things. I don't know if I watched that one.
It just comes to mind. Yeah.
So you're just imagining those swords.
No, man. What's the name? I watched the movie on the plane, man. Like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. Yeah, because he talks like
breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah, Deadpool. Deadpool. Thank you very much. Yeah,
there
Deadpool.
you go, Haley. Thank you, Haley.
That's it. Thank you.
We needed that. Okay,
Yeah.
so you'd be on him.
Yeah, he's super good
Excellent.
looking. Yeah, totally.
Great. I love that. Deadpool. What's your favorite book of all time?
It might actually just be like a biography, an autobiography, possibly something like Scar Tissue, like that. Anthony Kiedis, Chili Peppers, yeah.
I love Chili Peppers.
I read a lot of autobiographies during Jersey Boys because we had so much time, like between scenes and stuff when we weren't playing, we could quickly like read, and then we got to play, and then I put the book down and carry on playing, and then we all were reading. So I read probably about 5 or 6 autobiographies during that that run. But I would say, that scar tissue is an
Scar
amazing,
tissue.
it's an
I bet you-
eye-opener.
I bet you it was. I mean, I bet you were looking at that cover with the socks on the. Yeah.
And makes the whole book makes you just feel like, doesn't matter how rock star you think you are, you're so tame compared to Anthony Kiedis.
And dreaming of Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, no. Are you going to tease me? Everyone's going to tease me like, hey Tim, how was your Ryan Reynolds dream last night? It's like, no, I don't.
Oh, we got you now, man.
Yeah, you got me.
What? Do you have any hobbies or do you collect anything?
Oh man, it's so crazy. I realized in the last little while that I need to start like organizing some hobbies because it's very difficult to juggle music as a career and also as something that you do for fun. But I need to do something that's completely separate. But I don't have proper hobbies, but I really do enjoy MMA. I don't do it myself. I don't do any fighting myself, but I'm very big into the UFC and sort of MMA. So I follow that like pretty religiously all the time. And yeah, I've been watching it for like 11 years now. So I know a thing or two about MMA, but I don't want to get into any fights, put it that way.
Oh, wrestling as well.
Yeah. Well,
Ryan Reynolds and you in a big
wrestling all soaked, all greased up in a mud bath. And
Francois, organize it.
Yeah, Francois, definitely, bro.
Frankie's organized
and then you grab me and you choke me and I'll really enjoy it, you know.
Where's your go-to restaurant?
Oh man, I don't want to talk badly about any other. I don't want to discredit the restaurants that have me playing because
at the moment
I get a lot of food from so I've got to give a shout out to Remo's and Something Good. They really look after me. But Remo's, I get free meals there. Beautiful. Like when I play.
Yes,
I've eaten like maybe 250 Remo's pizzas in my life. I absolutely love it.
Dante is coming on the show soon.
Dante is an absolute legend, man. He's the nicest, wealthiest guy I know. Put it that way. Most down to earth, wealthy guy that I know. I love Dante Ciccanini. But no.
Michelle. What about Michelle?
And Michelle, yeah, totally. Michelle books me. Yeah, Michelle and Gabby and everyone. But yes, they've looked after me so well, and Something Good also. But if I was on death row and I had that last meal, it would be a platter for one from Ocean Baskets.
Really?
Oh my god! Or a platter for two. Like I'll smash my, stuff my face before I get killed. Totally. I do like that. Hey.
Okay, have you ever found the picture? Have you ever found the image of a biblical figure on your toast? Gary's questions as well.
This is really funny. No, I've probably seen like a lamb. You know, like a lamb on there somehow.
You?
Or a cross or something. You
cut
know?
it. Like that,
yeah, because I cut it into the shape of a cross. You know, and then I eat it.
Oh, right.
Excellent.
Some peanut butter.
Did you have
perfectly spread because I'm OCD.
And okay, so what about the opposite sex confuses you the most?
Why are they always texting while they're driving? I don't want to cause trouble here, but yeah, I notice a lot of girls texting and driving, like way more than guys.
Multitasking is better with them, you know.
Yeah, no.
But they only text on the straights. They don't.
Yes, I don't want to cause trouble. I love the females, you know, out there. They're amazing, but no, there's nothing that really confuses me as much as maybe you're hoping to try and get out of it. Yeah.
And, was there ever an event in your life that defied explanation? Something weird explanation.
There's like one or two things that I don't want to talk about now because I don't want to incriminate myself. But no, it's just like when things feel like they. Like, how the hell did that happen? Like, how were we lucky enough to have like survived? Why didn't we go this way and then we would have been killed or something bad would have happened? But someone said, hey, let's go there, and it distracted us from possibly dying or something. Yeah, like there are some things, like in Australia we were in a bus and in the bus, it was called the Bones bus, and we were on this very, very small dirt road where it was like in the middle of in the outback mainly, but like we drove past a truck and the truck came so close to us that we had to veer off a bit, and then the bus went like this, and we were like bound to like tip, but we all jumped to the other side of the bus. And the bus didn't, but I don't think we even helped because it's like a 12-ton bus.
You never know.
Somehow we ended up like straightening out, and we were all completely silent during the time. And then when we straightened out, we were just like, like looking at each other, going like, "Oh wow, how did we survive that, man?" There's lots of things like that that have happened, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so last few questions. I've still got to. We still want to do some beatboxing here.
Yeah, we're gonna try.
We've left it out. I want to do that before we. In fact, I'm going to do it before the last two questions.
Sorry. Check out Cliffy. Cliffy's so right. So the one time, like they had a like just a little bring and bra or whatever, and I just happened to get these like very very nice lamb chops from Spa. Like I think it was the First Avenue Spa or something. But when we went there. Because basically you just bring like a pack of a certain type of meat and the other guy brings some like force and whatnot and we all just mix and match. And Cliffy will never stop talking about how amazing those lamb chops were. They were just like the perfect thickness, perfectly cooked because of Cliffy, obviously.
Yes.
And a little bit of fat on the side. It was absolutely delicious. Vegans are angry right now.
Oh, man.
And regretting their lifestyle choices. But yeah, Cliffy, I'll never forget those lamb chops, man. Oh, it was really good.
Oh, good. Well done to Spa, our sponsor,
Spa.
for that as well. You know, they chose them out.
Yeah.
Thousands of lambs.
All of them. So many lambs.
But now tell me about beatboxing.
Yeah.
You like a beatbox? I think we got to have a beatbox play out.
We totally have to, yeah, because this has
Before the
gone on
competition.
so much longer than I thought it would. It's been like 2 hours already because
plenty to talk about.
This is a vibe, of course. This is amazing. It's actually like the first time I've done something like this where it's been like filmed. I usually have done radio interviews and they usually last like 20 minutes or something.
No. This is all
been
about
fantastic.
you.
Thank you so much.
It's also a stake in the ground.
Yeah.
It's how old are you at the moment?
33.
33.
Yeah.
It's Tim said so at 33. This is what you were
That's
thinking.
So yeah, like because I understand, I can play drums and I understand how they work. I can do like a little bit of beatboxing.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I thought I'd challenge you. You go and sit behind.
I'm gonna sit behind.
We can. I'm gonna keep this here, and then we're gonna do the competition after this. Yeah, just now. It's after this. Yes, we're gonna. Then it's competition time after this. Out there. All right, let's do this. Come on.
Okay, cool. So let's just go for something like hip hoppy. Okay. Yeah. Big drum.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm trying to think of beats, you know. Like, do you want to hit me with a few? I'll try copy you.
Okay.
It's not even possible, man. I knew you.
Oh no!
Would be better than my mouth.
You're better than me than drum and beatboxing. I'll tell you what, that's not an easy task.
Man, yeah, there's
Thank you.
certain things like breathing in and out and stuff, but like in this type of environment and stuff, I can't concentrate right now. I'm having too much of a good time.
That was lovely, Tim. Last questions I always ask is your obviously your proudest moment. You said Jersey Boys, but but your crappiest gig ever. I need to hear the story. It's always the crappiest gig.
Oh man, someone asked me this recently, and then I never took the time to actually go and like pinpoint which was the crappiest gig.
But you've had many. I'm sure.
I've had so many because, but like not to like toot my own horn, but I've definitely played close on 3,000 gigs, so it's hard for me to like pinpoint one certain gig.
Yeah.
But it would have probably been like at a real crappy like bar in maybe in Joburg or something. Like I was thinking the other day, actually, we played this one show at a place called the Black Dahlia or the Black Dahlia. How do you say? Is it Dahlia?
Dahlia.
Some people say Dahlia, whatever. Yeah, Black Dahlia in Boksburg, and
to get moord.
So you laughed there. Yeah. I luckily didn't get moord that night,
Okay,
but
no,
I tried to. I went to everyone and said, "Come on, somebody moor me, eh? Look at me, I've got a moor me face. Come punch me, man." And they didn't. But no, so we went in there as a band, like thinking we were the shit, man. Like we were a 4-piece band called Universal Translator, and we went there and we played our sets and everything. We thought we were really cool, and then the band that played after us, we hadn't even really heard about them. They also they had a few followers on Facebook and whatever, but they ended up like creaming us, man. Like we were so arrogant, and then they ended up just like upstaging us completely, and we left that place with our tail between our legs. But that wouldn't have been like the worst gig I've ever played. I honestly I can't think. There's too many like to pinpoint one, but there's like anything you can think of that could happen like wrong at a gig has happened. You know, like battery running out of my bass guitar, like in the middle of nowhere, like in Bedford, a place called Bedford, and like the owner of the owner of the farm had to go like drive to his shed to go and look for a 9-volt battery, and he luckily had one. Little random things like that happening, you know. Feeling a little hungover. This is not very recent, but like years ago, you know, you like have a bit of a crazy gig the night before, and then you got like a Sunday afternoon gig, and you like or a late morning gig, and you're sitting there just like on the verge of needing a bucket. Things like that, man. But generally, I try to look after myself. Never had a bucket at the gig, because I
think I've had that before.
Yeah, I've been with other musicians who've had buckets. Yeah. I promise you. Like even Jersey Boys, the drummer was on the verge of throwing up, and I was the backup drummer for the show. Oh, my I luckily never had to fill in for it because it's a very big ask. But
because the show goes on, eh?
Yeah,
the show goes on.
And on the flip side, I've had so many amazing shows that like are there could be like really small gigs, like a random gig at someone's house, or like a small venue in the middle of nowhere, like in a small place in Australia or something, just where magic happens, but like it doesn't get filmed, doesn't get recorded or anything. It's just up here, you know. But, there's too many to think of, man.
All registered.
Yeah.
Tim Sedso, thank you so much for coming on Gino's spot.
Gino, thank you, and Gary, thank you guys so much for having me, man. I'm really so stoked to have done this, and thanks to everybody for watching, man.
Yeah, they'll be watching
again.
And
all the love, yeah, definitely.
For people that are watching tomorrow as well, happy tomorrow to you as well.
Totally. Thank you, and once again, shout out to all of my family and my friends. You know, love you so much. Thank you guys for having me.
That support structure, we need it. We do, and best of luck with your new stuff. And your new direction as well. You tie it all in.
Totally. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, follow me on social media, and then get the hell out of here.
Thank you.
Cheers,
Tim.
man. Thanks to all the sponsors.
Oh yes, thank you to Spa, thank you to Fitch and Leeds.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen.
There we go.
This is your captain speaking. Welcome aboard flight TS-1987. Clear blue skies ahead, so you're in for a smooth ride. Please travel safely and enjoy your flight.
I'm taking off, I'm taking off like an aeroplane. I'm taking off, I'm taking off, I'm taking off like an aeroplane.
Beautiful beaches, indeed. All right, that's Tim Sedso and his new stuff. Very, very nice. It always had a bit of a jazzy, bluesy vibe. I love it. I love it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, time to do the competition. For you guys that are left online, it's yours. It could be yours. An entire case of Fitch and Leeds will be sent to you no matter where you are in the world. So we're going to switch over to the drum cam. Thank you, of course, to our sponsors, Spa and Fitch and Leeds and Amuya. And let's do this. I'm just going to switch to the drum cam. Then we do the song, the name of the artist and the song in the comments. The first one to get it, wins the Fitch and Leeds. So get your fingers ready on the keyboards. Get your keyboards ready and the comments ready. I want them to come in. Oh, yes.
Paperback writer.
Ladies and gentlemen, Jason Barry Besaidnote. Jason Besaidnote is the winner. All right, Sims, please. All right, excellent. Jason, we're going to send it to you. I don't know where you are, but we'll send it. Also, please keep in your thoughts Glenn Van Eck. I heard he was in an accident this weekend, and he's in hospital. We hope that he's going to get better soon, man. And we hope, I haven't heard, I'm going to find out what the story is, but apparently it was an accident in Bosfontein. And our thoughts go out to Glenn. Get well soon, buddy. And remember, on Saturday, we have Andrew Krief. Andrew Krief is on Saturday, the sound guru of PE for the last 170 years. Andrew Krief's an amazing guy, incredible network of sound guys, and also all sorts of events that he's done in his things, tied in with all sorts of people, and it's going to be very interesting. So make sure you catch up with us on Saturday with Andrew Krief. Well done, Jason. Beside that, subscribe to Gino Spot on YouTube. Subscribe to Gino Spot on YouTube.
Relax, sit down. Coming out of PE town. Drink, find a shot. Never mind your liver, get to Gino Spot.